WABI TV5 Sports presentation.
Live from Alphon Stadium in Orono, it's the Class D High School Football State Championship game, a battle of undefeateds, MCI taking on Oak Hill. Hello again, everyone. I'm John Small along with Wayne Harvey. A chilly, rainy night here in Orono, but it should be a great game. Let's get right to the keys to the game, brought to you by your Maine Chevy dealers. Wayne, what does each team have to do to win here tonight?
Well, for the two-time defending state champion Oak Hill, they need to control the line. They've got a great offensive line, very experienced. They're really what makes that team go. We'll see how they do in the trenches against MCI and their bigger players. And they want to take away MCI's three best plays. What are those three best plays? What do they want to do to take it away? We'll find out once the game gets underway. For MCI, the Northern Maine champs, back in the state title game, they want to answer any adversity. Last year they had some injuries, had some things they had to deal with in the game. They know there's going to be problems that come up in this one in the time that they play, so they're going to have to answer adversity that comes up, and they got to be willing to adjust. If something doesn't work, if Oak Hill takes away one of those big plays, they've got to find something else that works to win a gold ball.
Rematch of last year's title game, MCI Oak Hill. We'll kick it off when we come back.
WABI TV5, your local sports leader for over 60 years, is proud to present live coverage of this year's high school football state championships. Brought to you in part by Hammond Lumber Company, a Maine family business serving contractors, homeowners, and do-it-yourselfers with building supplies and special services from 13 locations throughout the state. By Thomas College, preparing students for success in personal and professional lives. Thomas College, real learning that works. By your Maine Chevy dealers. By Quirk, it's your car. Find it at Quirk. By Tuffy Bear Discount Furniture. For quality and selection, it's Tuffy Bear Discount Furniture, Pushaw Road, Glenburn. By Bangor Motorsports. Easy to buy, fun to ride. Outer Hammond Street, Bangor. By O'Connor Auto Park. On the web at o'connorautopark.com. By Bangor Tractor. Buy one, drive one, have fun, job's done. By Stanley Subaru, the smart choice on the Bar Harbor Road in Ellsworth. By the University of Maine. Learn how you can define your tomorrow at go.umaine.edu. And by Varney Buick GMC, Hogan Road, Bangor. GMC, we are professional grade.
Welcome back to Orono, everyone. Getting set for the start of the Class D High School State Championship football game. One of 4 state games this weekend, and it is a rematch of last year's D game that Oak Hill won 41-21 over MCI, as they're giving out the Good Sportsmanship Award here before we start in Class D North football.
Saw a couple of the teams down there on the sidelines before as we were down on the field. You could see some of the, I was wondering why there were some Bangor football players there. There's some other football players, some of the schools down there, and I was wondering, and that's because tonight as they give out the Sportsmanship Award banners and give those out at the state championship games every year.
Meanwhile, the two teams that are playing tonight are meeting at midfield. We'll have the coin toss here. Coach Tom Bertrand, 14th season on the sidelines for the Huskies. And Coach Stacen Doucette, his 4th year with Oak Hill. And he's had a pretty good run. 3 of those years he's been in a state game and the 2-time defending state champions.
Yeah, it's a pretty good start to a coaching career. Anybody, if you year 2 you win a state title, year 3 you win a state title, year 4 you're in the state championship game again. This time as the South Division champions, and it's been interesting too because we've been watching the forecast and watching the weather and the skies all day. We got here this evening before the game and it was raining and the winds were swirling a little bit. The wind was pushing the rain around, and now all the forecast said it was going to stop between 6:30 and 7. Between 6:30 and 7, the rain stopped here, and we are ready to go. I mean, it's going to be a great conditions for football tonight. Nice and warm temperatures as we get underway. This isn't a typical state championship November night.
And there's the toss. Let's see who wins it.
Captains for MCI, number 2, Alex Bertrand, number 14, Greg Vinny.
MCI looking for their first state title since 1974. They were here last year. That was a goal they set to get to what was then last year, the Eastern Maine game. And they won it, got to the state game. But ever since that loss last year, Wayne, they have just been itching to get back to this game.
Pretty dialed in, too, on wanting to play Oak Hill in that championship game to get back and take them on. I know some of the players went down to watch the Oak Hill-Lisbon Southern Maine final on Saturday after they clinched the Northern Maine championship. And I think they were pretty openly rooting to see Oak Hill back in this game and get them here on the field in Morse Field.
Well, these two teams have taken different paths to get here. For MCI, certainly they have just run roughshod over everybody this year. 10-0, scoring more than 50 points per game, winning games by an average of almost 50 points per game.
Most of the players not playing a whole game.
That's right, only one game. One of the Matanoka Academy games did they play a full game. And for Oak Hill, boy, they've been battle-tested. They've had a lot of close games, including their last two playoff games. They really had to eke out a couple of wins, including the one over Lisbon in the South Final. So they are used to playing games that are tight, pressure-packed. And if that's the case tonight, we'll see how MCI responds to a game like that.
Yeah, MCI really hasn't been tested this year. I mean, to be honest, they haven't had anybody really kind of punch them in the mouth. I mean, there was one game where it was a one-point game at halftime, but everything else has been, MCI's been in cruise control by the time they hit midpoint of the second quarter. I mean, the Bucksport game was a little tight for the first half, and then they took control. So they haven't really had to play a full 4 quarters. They're going to have to do it tonight. There's no way this game is over at halftime.
No. And for Oak Hill, as we mentioned, the two-time defending state champions, they had a couple of guys the last few years, and Alex Mace and Kyle Flaherty, just outstanding athletes, and you saw that on those two state games. They graduated. Luke Washburn on defense for them. They graduated. Samson LaCroix graduated. You think, well, boy, they lost an awful lot, right? Well, no. They have so many starters coming back, including, as Coach Doucette pointed out when we were chatting earlier this week, I got 4 of my 5 offensive linemen back, which is big in this sport.
Right. And the thing is, too, I was talking to Coach Bertrand, is that the offensive line, he thinks, is what really makes this Oak Hill team go. I mean, Dalton Tarian, the quarterback, really gets a lot of the numbers and puts up a lot of the stats, but he doesn't get that without the blocking he has from his offensive line. They're athletic, they're strong offensive line. So, I mean, you bring back 4 of those 5 guys off a team that won a state title, and you've got a really good base. And if you get to do a lot of the things you want to do offensively, you make everybody else look good, and those guys in the trenches do their job.
Oak Hill's got a lot of seniors back, too, on defense. MCI has been ridiculously strong on defense, too. We talk about the offense all the time, but you look at the numbers from last week when they held Matanoka Academy to -7 total yards. Incredible.
Yes, some of the stuff that they put up defensively is pretty impressive too. I mean, it's not like these teams are coming in and not trying. I mean, and they're shutting teams down completely on both sides of the ball. So yeah, the defense comes out and does their job too. A lot of the offense they get talked about with the 70+ point outbursts that they had against Orono in the semifinals. So it's been it's one of those things that gets overlooked. But yeah, their defense can play too.
Still giving out the Good Sportsmanship Awards here before we kick off the game. Want to remind you that our live coverage of championship high school football continues tomorrow. We'll head down to Portland, Fitzpatrick Stadium. Tomorrow's games will be on WPXT in Portland and right here on TV5 in the Bangor area. Looking forward to that. Let's see if I remember the order. We start with the Class A game in the morning. The Class C game will be in the afternoon at 2:30, and then the Class B game rounds out the evening at 6 o'clock tomorrow.
And the Class A game, the Portland-Thornton game, and it's on Portland's home field too, but that could possibly be the best game of the day. So they're going to start off with a fantastic Class A game tomorrow. That should be a fun one to watch as well.
Yeah, the teams know each other well down there. Thornton Academy, I believe, going for their 3rd gold ball in 4 years.
Right.
Very good football team. So they're still giving out the Good Sportsmanship Awards as we get set for football. While we get a chance, so we want to thank our friends and partners with MPBN for helping us out here tonight to make this broadcast possible. Thank you for their hard work.
It's hard. I mean, we have to have in 2 locations, 2 hours apart, one in Orono for a game here for a state title game, which takes all kinds of equipment and gear and live trucks and people, and then we have to have it set up in Portland, and you can't just magically do it, so we have to be in 2 places at once, so you have to have help from MPBN, and it doesn't happen if we don't have their help.
Yeah, thank you to everyone as they got this game set up, and that allowed our crew to head to Portland and get that ready for tomorrow, which is an undertaking unto itself.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. A lot of stuff that happens that goes into putting on a state championship game, and to do it in 2 different places, it's pretty impressive.
And for those who don't know, the schedule tomorrow, the Class A game, as Wayne mentioned, will be Portland against Thornton. That's the 11 o'clock game. And then Winslow will be going for its 2nd straight state championship against the Yarmouth.
Is there any way, and I don't know if we can do this, to petition to get Winslow in the South next year? So because they won the Western.
So they can play in all 4
Right, they won
regions.
the Western title,
Yep.
and then they won East, and now they switched it to North-South, and they put them in the North, and they won this year. So I just think it would be fun to see Winslow be the 4-time divisional regional champion in the state title game, and with 4 different divisions and 4 different geographic locations.
Well, the way Winslow has played, I don't think it matters what region they play in, the way it's been going. And then tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, it's actually another rematch in a state title game. Brunswick taking on Marshwood in the B game. So a lot of football for you this weekend. The awards have been handed out, and we are set for the Class D state title game. The rain has stopped. Of course, we got the artificial turf here at Morse Field.
It's a little wet. I mean, there's spots on this field that it gets a little wet, but it's not that bad at all. And we walked out on it. Just right around the edges is where you'll see a little bit. You might see a little bit of small puddles. You may see some water come up on a couple footsteps, but it's not. This handles a lot of water, and the field is fantastic tonight.
So Greg Vigue, the senior for the Huskies, will kick it off here to get it started. MCI fans have packed the home side here.
They had a big alumni.
And actually, it's Devon Varney that's going to kick it off. So Varney will kick it. Kind of a line drive kick. Goes right through Levi Buto's hands. He picks it up. Comes right up the middle of the field. Nice return. Gets it out over the 30 before he's tackled at about the 33-yard line. Nice start for the Raiders. And he's going to figure into the offense, Levi Buto, the senior running back. But all eyes will be on number 10, the quarterback for the Oak Hill Raiders, the senior, Dalton Terrian.
That was one of those ones where the return man Buto could have just fallen on it and taken it there, but he picks it up, picks his head up and sees where he's got some space and goes right back up the middle, and that's great field position.
1st and 10 here. You'll see a lot of different formations from these Raiders. It is Buto right off the bat. Maybe got a yard. That's it before the Huskies swarm on him.
Yeah, no gain that time by Buto as he tried to go to the outside. I was talking to Coach Burton. He wants to really contain those edges and don't let anybody get to the outside.
So 1st and 10 from the 34. You see the run here. 2nd and 10, excuse me.
Yeah, they might have picked up a half yard. I mean, they're close to the 35 now. But
Terrian gonna keep it. He's brought down after a 2 or 3 yard gain, and Terrian, he'll do both. He's thrown for almost 1,300 yards this year. He's run for almost 900 yards this year.
Yeah, you got a guy who can throw and pass for 1,000 yards. Is a pretty special high school athlete. But again, MCI, they want to make sure that he doesn't get to that edge when he tucks it in and runs, and they really contained him that side. He tried to get to the right side, and the left end contained it really well for MCI.
3 wide receivers set to the left of Terrian in the shotgun. 3rd and 7. Here comes the MCI pressure. Flag is down. That's probably going to be a hole, but MCI forces Terrian out of the pocket, and he hits his man down the field, but this may be coming back. That flag came down right where you would expect the protection on Terrian to be a hold. So let's see what the call is.
That was a
Boy, what a throw. What a throw.
He was in trouble a couple times.
Yeah, just what you would expect.
Yeah. And it's in that spot where the O-line has got to try to keep that defensive pressure off. And they're just trying to buy him a half a second to get Terrian to set his feet. And he had looked to the left side on this one, and then he had to cut back to the right. And I think that's when the holding came in, trying to just buy him that extra second. And then once he scrambled, he gets out free, and the flag has come. And
you wonder if the MCI secondary maybe backed off a little bit, thinking we got him, we flushed him out, we got him down.
Right.
But Terrian, using his tremendous ability, got away from it and launched a great throw down the field.
And a pretty fantastic catch down on that sideline.
So instead of being deep in MCI territory, the Raiders will be backed up. The ball goes all the way back to the 19-yard line. It will be 3rd down and 24.
So there's our first penalty of the night.
And it was a big one. Terrian going to heave it downfield. He's got a man, but just a bit overthrown. Intended out there for Darren Bailey, the sophomore wide receiver.
So the defense of MCI did their job. They're going to force a punt on 4th down. That's a pretty nice ball that Terrian just threw there, too. He just overthrew it a little bit.
Is.
Yeah, that was a fantastic ball. Only his receiver could get it. He just threw it a couple yards too deep.
That brings up 4th down.
So Oak Hill will drop back in punt formation. They'll kick it away. Pretty good end-over-end kick. Takes a MCI bounce. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Orono. The run right up the middle from Willie Moss to start for MCI, their first offensive series. Actually lost a couple of yards, back to the 46. It'll be, or no, excuse me, got up to the 40-yard line, picked up 4.
Started at the 45. They just went straight up to got the first one. We'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Ball just outside the 40-yard line. Great field position. A flag is down as the Oak Hill defense swarms all over Moss.
That may have been movement, yeah. That's on MCI.
So the gain Moss got on the first down carry will be negated here.
Yeah, Oak Hill snuffed that one out. They didn't let Moss get anywhere.
So the officials still talking with the Oak Hill team. They'll take the penalty. Step backs him up to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, long 10 now, 2nd and a long 10. So each team with a penalty on their opening possession. Maybe some state championship jitters.
They go right back to Moss. He's hitting the backfield. Oh, boy, is he stacked up. Raider defense ready, and Connor Elwell led the way. He's the leading tackler for this Raider team, and he was right there to stop Moss.
Yeah, the initial contact happened in the backfield, and Moss spun and right into a blue and white shirt. Nowhere to go. Oak Hill had that one completely sealed.
He may have got a yard just over the 45, so it's 3rd down and call it 11.
It's a generous yard.
And Oak Hill call a timeout.
Yeah, looks like Coach Doucette wants timeout.
Yeah, didn't like something on the field there, so he calls a timeout.
Yeah, he's taking the headset off. He's upset about something, it looks like. He's going to talk to the guys on in the huddle.
Well, the Maine Principals Association is proud to present this weekend's high school football state championships. Find out more about the MPA online at mpa.cc.
Can't be upset with the defense that Oak Hill's played so far.
No.
After that first 3-4 yard gain that Moss had, they have really buttoned up the middle. MCI has gone all between the tackles. It's all been power at this point. And Oak Hill has matched it and made the stops.
Well, we'll see what MCI does here. It's 3rd and long. They can throw it. Biggie has thrown it quite a bit this year. Threw for almost 1,000 yards in the regular season. And remember, these are games that the starters didn't play a whole game. And MCI, one of their wins is a forfeit.
Exactly. That's a good point, too.
So they're 10-0, but they played 9 games.
After Camden Hills, yeah, so those numbers are based off 9 games because they didn't have that one. That's right. Good point.
So MCI has the great field position here. Can they take advantage of it? 3rd and 11. Big U going to pitch it back to Moss. He got some blockers over there. Still on his feet. He's got the first down and more. What a run by Moss. Down to about the Oak Hill 33-yard line.
You know, the best part about this one, and I mention it all year long when we do games, is the patience and the vision of this kid. When he goes to the outside, he could really start to turn on the jets. He's got a little bit of a hole. You can see him here. He can turn it on, but he has the eyes. And look, he looks and sees where it is, and he's going to cut back, be a little bit more patient, take that block, and pick up the extra couple of yards. He could have tried to get to the sideline and end up with nothing extra, but he got those 2 yards by just having that patience.
So a big first down for the Huskies. 1st and 10 from the Oak Hill 33. And they go right back to number 24. Why not? This time, Oak Hill defense again ready for him. Stop him after a run of about 2 or 3 yards.
What we've seen so far is anything between the tackles is Oak Hill has been able to contain. Once they've gotten Moss to the outside, like on that last one, that's when he broke it and he had some open space. In the middle right now, Oak Hill's going to look at their defense setup. It's they bring everybody on the line, and they've only got a couple of guys back in the secondary.
Think you're going to throw wide open. Oh, Braden Montero was wide open out there. Ball was thrown a little bit behind him, and they were trying to catch the Oak Hill defense stacking the line.
Yeah, I think you hit him on his back shoulder. It's a ball. He's going to want that one back. That's one he could have had. He's going to turn a little bit for it, but Montero's going to want that one.
So a 3rd and 7 now for the Huskies. The ball just outside the Oak Hill 30-yard line. 8:12 to go here in the first quarter of the Class D state championship. And now I think Coach Bertrand wants a timeout.
It looked like Oak Hill wanted one too, but MCI called it first.
All right, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Alphon Stadium here at the University of Maine in Orono. John Small along with Wayne Harvey. 8:12 to go in the first quarter of this Class D state championship game. MCI on the move, but they face a 3rd and 7 now from their Oak Hill 31.
Yeah, Oak Hill going a little bit more traditional defense. They really do a whole bunch of different things defensively, and they'll show a bunch of different options. They get a lot of athletes on defense, so they don't go in that standard set.
Big U gives it to Bertrand, the big fullback, just trying to power ahead. He won't get there. Boy, the Oak Hill defense did a great job of sniffing that one out. He got ahead for a couple of yards, but that's it.
Yeah, it looked like they wanted to kind of do a little sneak power. I mean, there was a little inside handoff to Bertrand, and he tried to just kind of sneak over on that left sideline, or on that left side of the line, and there was nothing there. Oak Hill was all over it. They've done everything inside the tackles. Oak Hill is controlled.
So 4th and 4 here for MCI. They're going for it deep inside Oak Hill territory from the 29-yard line. Big U going to throw it. Looks down the field. He's picked off. Picked off by Darren Bailey for Oak Hill. And the Raiders get it back. We'll come back after this. First play after the interception by Oak Hill is a run by Terrian around that right side, and he picks up 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah, they had everybody loaded on the right side on that one. No one on the left. They overloaded right, and Terrian in the shotgun takes a snap and works to the right. Now they got everybody loaded to the left. They go left side now.
2nd down and 7 for the Raiders. They give it to Buto, and he gets knocked end over end right at the line of scrimmage, but falls ahead for a yard or 2.
Yeah, Levi Buto just a quick handoff. He's the first one through, and the MCI defense met him basically at the line.
So that'll bring up a 3rd and 6 for Oak Hill. Good battle so far here. 2 very good teams.
A little bit of a chess match figuring each other out so far.
Terrian gonna throw it. Looks downfield. Got a man wide open. What a catch by Connor Nielsen. He got behind the secondary, and it's a big gain.
Found him over the middle. There was a seam there. He got behind the secondary of MCI, and what a perfect ball by Terrian. Almost in stride. He had to check up a little bit to make the catch, and then that's a touchdown saving tackle right there for MCI.
30-yard pickup, if I did my math right.
It was a whole bunch.
So they start at their own 28. Now they're on the MCI 28. This time Terrian in trouble. He'll just throw it away. Good pressure by the Huskies.
Yeah, he had to get rid of it that time because MCI was in the backfield in a hurry and causing problems. All kinds of pressure there from MCI. Looks like that was Dylan Fitz who got free and came in and put the pressure on Terrian.
We go back to Connor Nielsen, one of their leading receivers for the Raiders. He's got 6 touchdown catches on the year, so he's used to getting behind secondaries.
And he had a couple yards.
Great throw.
Yeah.
2nd down and 10 here for the Raiders. Terrian going to keep it right up the middle. Oh. Runs right into Brandon McKenna, who makes the tackle.
Yeah, so far there hasn't been much options for either team in between the tackles, and both defenses are strong in the middle. That's where the options so far have been to the outside for MCI, and the passing game for Oak Hill has looked really good.
Got a couple of yards there, 3rd down and 8.
Going right.
Back to the air. Being pressured again. A flag is down. Tarian got hit. Ball is tipped and it's picked.
He did pick it.
Picked off by Braden Montero. Let's see what the flag is.
It's back in that area where you're going to see holding, and if that is, this will be MCI's ball.
Ball was tipped. Tarian took a big hit.
Yeah, he got smacked.
Yep. It's declined. And after the Oak Hill interception, MCI comes up with the INT.
Interesting start to this one, John.
They will be deep in their own territory this time. The ball will be right at the 10-yard line. As Montero made a great catch, by the way, as he got that ball being tipped up in the air and he backed out of bounds.
And I think he got both feet down.
I think he did. Didn't have to, but he did.
Right. Only have to have one. Will they go back to the power? Will they stay in between the tackles?
You see the power formation. They give it right up the middle to Bertrand. And boy, he just barrels ahead. Let's see how much forward progress they give him.
Yeah, he just picked that he was going to go over the left tackle and went over the left. There's no one stopping him.
Got 5 yards.
And fell forward for 5. Yeah, that's nothing pretty about it. That's just 5 yards.
4 yards. Actually marked the ball at the 11 to start this drive. And here's Moss just hanging on that football and pushing ahead. But he's brought down from behind. He got out close to the 20, but he's still going to be a couple of yards short of the first down.
Yeah, MCI wants to stay with that power formation. They're going to try everything in the middle here first. They, whether they've seen something on tape that this is where they'll have success.
You see the hurry-up offense here. They don't waste any time. Here's the pitch out to Moss. Oh, what a hit he put on the defender and got away from one. He dove ahead. Boy, that's going to be awfully close to a first down. Where do they mark that?
Well, the defender was blocked into Moss. It was a great block, but it just happened to be right into the path where Moss was heading. And now we'll see if we get a measurement. Watch this. The block comes from Bertrand. He just blows up Buto. And then Buto ends up hitting Moss, who ends up being stopped really close to the line after he dove.
Yeah, nice job by Colby Spencer to hold him down. It's really close to the marker. They're gonna bring it out, the chain gang. Moss dove ahead.
That's going to be close.
And can't see. He got it.
First down.
He got it by the nose of the football. Big first down for MCI deep in their own territory. What an effort by Willie Moss, though.
Yeah, that was a lot of Willie Moss effort right there.
All him.
And they're going to try smash mouth again.
The ball just over the 20. They call it the 21. They give it to Bertrand. And Bertrand gets stood up right at the line by Connor Elwell. Such a great player for the Raiders, leading tackler. He stops Bertrand. Well, TV5 would like to thank the Maine Public Broadcasting Network for their assistance in bringing you tonight's game. We could not have done it without them. Big thank you to them.
Yeah, MCI wants to go power, and they picked up a first down their last drive, but this time Bertrand was stopped right at the line, and Elwell was all over that one.
Actually lost a yard back to the 19, or just inside the 20. Just under 4 minutes to go now in the first quarter. Still no score in this Class D title game. Vignew looked like a miscommunication there, but he keeps it. Still on his feet, fighting. Gets it out over the 25-yard line, so picked up 5 or 6.
I think that was a busted play.
I think so, too.
I think Vignew was intending to hand that ball off, and there was no one there, whether somebody went the wrong way or whether he turned the wrong way, but then he made something positive happen, and that was quick thinking on Vignew's part. They keep sending Bucher in motion, MCI does, and it's real last second, too, so I don't know if they're going to try to set something up where they can hit Bucher in a flat, or if that's just to try to draw some defense.
They picked up 6 yards. Brings up a 3rd and 5 now for the Huskies. The ball just over the MCI 25-yard line.
So Nelson Fitz out wide.
You don't see this formation too much from the Huskies as they love to run it, but they're going to give it to Moss anyway. He's hit in the backfield and brought down. Oh, what a tackle in the backfield by Brian Thorpe, the linebacker for the Raiders.
Like, Thorpe knew what the play was.
Wow.
Because he was there in a hurry and made a great individual tackle. That was fantastic play, 24 on 24.
They dropped him for a 2-yard loss.
That was a great play by Thorpe. He was through the line so quickly. He got through that gap in such a hurry, and then he is all over Moss.
So MCI will punt it away here. Vigu does the kicking. Takes a good MCI bounce, goes right by Darren Bailey, and boy, it's going to roll all the way down to the 23-yard line, 22-yard line. That's where Oak Hill will start when we come back. First carry for Oak Hill on this offensive series is from Levi Buto, and he was hit hard in the backfield and dropped for a loss of 2.
Yeah, just swallowed up in the backfield. Didn't have anywhere to go. The defenses have really controlled this first quarter. The offenses haven't had a chance to get any. Oak Hill had the one big play, and MCI had the one big run, and that's it. Everything else has been defensive control.
This has been a heavyweight matchup right to this point. 2nd and 12. To the air, Tarian fires it over the middle, overthrown. Even when he overthrows it, it's a pretty looking ball.
Yeah, he overthrew that one by a lot, though. I don't know if the route was cut off short there by Bailey, or if that was just an overthrow, because that one was a drastic overthrow on that one.
So 3rd down and 12 coming up here for Oak Hill. 1:51 to go in the first quarter.
How many quarters have these two teams played scoreless? They've put up a lot of zeros from the other teams, but they haven't put many zeros on their own offensive side.
And as the game goes on, we'll talk about this more. If it stays close, Oak Hill is used to these type of matchups. Tarian to the air again. He's got good protection. Steps out of the pocket. Rolling right. He's got some room on that right side. Will he get to that first down marker? He does on a second effort. What a run by Tarian. Probably should have been brought down, but he got free.
Yeah, there was a couple of hands on him, but he, again, gets to the outside and gets a really good block. He gets sprung late on this one on a block. You can see he wants to throw the ball. Nothing there. MCI's covered it down the field. He gets a block to get free, then makes a move on his own to get to the outside and get to the first down and get out of bounds. Great play by Tarian.
Picked up 16 yards. He needed 12. Out to the 37-yard line. 1st and 10. Tarian going to roll left this time. Got a man wide open. Jonah Martin. He's still on his feet. Martin cuts it back inside. Look out. It's a race to the corner of the end zone. Martin slows it up, and he'll be in for the touchdown.
Well, there's the big play. These two offenses have made big plays all year long, and this one came off a missed tackle. It was there. Martin makes the catch, and the tackle was missed. He just kind of shed him, and then went on a diagonal route to the corner. He got rid of his tackler and then cuts it back across, and they're not going to catch him. They had a chance. Bucher had a chance at the end line to catch him, but he gets to the pylon first, and it's a first blood drawn by Oak Hill.
What a couple of moves there by Jonah Martin, leading receiver for this team. 63-yard touchdown pass. So several big plays in this game for Oak Hill already. Hasn't shown up on the scoreboard until now. Tarian going to keep it, and he'll get stuffed. Won't get in for the 2-point conversion. So 6-0 Oak Hill with 1:24 to go here in the first quarter. Tonight's technical support provided by Sunbelt Rentals. Call 1-800-NO-SWEAT for all your rental needs.
So 4 plays, 67 yards. It took him 1:05. That's kind of more like the drives that people have been seeing out of both of these offenses this year. That's more like the typical way their offenses have played. We'll see how MCI responds. This will be interesting to see, because one of the keys was how they deal with adversity. They're down 6-0. How do they handle it?
And that's one of the problems for the MCI defense, is the versatility of the quarterback Dalton Tarian for Oak Hill. He can throw it like we've seen. He can run it like we've seen already tonight.
Well, in that rollout too, he just kind of waited. He rolled off, and it looked like
Martin was wide open.
Right, it looked like he may have tucked it in, which I think opened Martin up, and then he just snaps it off. He got a really quick release, too. Just snaps it off there to the outside. Tarian's been as good as advertised so far.
Kick go right down the carpet. Picked up by Moss. Comes up the middle. Oh, what a return by Willie Moss out over the 40-yard line.
He's fired up.
That'll put MCI in good position, so a good answer to the touchdown.
Buteau with the tackle.
Yeah, Buteau, I think, saved a touchdown there because Moss had a head of steam and was headed for the end zone. He had a seam up there through the middle and gets free. So it's a pretty good field position to start with after that touchdown.
They'll start from their own 41-yard line. Down 6-0. First quarter winding down. Vignew gonna throw it. On the right side, got a man. Hauled in out there by Fitz. Not a big gain.
So just trying to kind of watch what Brian Thorpe is doing, number 24 for Oak Hill defensively. He's kind of like a ball hawk. He'll be right up on the line. He's their linebacker, kind of their middle linebacker. But watch where he lines up. Watch 24 in white. He'll be right behind the nose tackle, and then he decides where he's going to go. Last time he dropped off in coverage. Now he stays.
Here's Bertrand just pushing ahead, gets it out to the 45-yard line. Picked up 3.
It looks like Thorpe is trying to read signals what MCI is doing, and he's figuring out where the ball's going to go. And he either drops back in coverage, like on that pass play to Fitz, or he stays in, like on that run play by Bertrand right there.
So another big third down play for MCI. They'll try to keep the drive going. 3rd and 6 from their own 45. You can see Oak Hill has just stacked the box there. And there's a little bit of a misdirection play to Josh Bucher. They hand it off to him. Oak Hill defense was not expecting that, and Bucher gets a big gain down to the Oak Hill 39-yard line.
And a great spin move there in the end to finish it, too. Yeah, they've been running that. Bucher, I mentioned it earlier. They've been putting him in motion, and now they get the handoff to Bucher. A little bit of a trick play as he's coming through. They drop it off as he goes in motion, and then he gets into space a little bit, and then, whoops, spins a little bit, picks up an extra yard.
I think that threw the Raider defense off a little bit right there as Bucher picked up 16 and a big first down for MCI. Vignew rolling left, and he's picked off again by Darren Bailey. Bailey's 2nd interception of the game.
A great interception. With hands on Bailey here. Darren Bailey, who goes up and makes his catch. That's a fantastic interception.
2 interceptions in the first quarter for Darren Bailey. Just a sophomore.
Yeah, look at that catch. He goes up, just completely sells out his own body to make that play. That's a fantastic state championship interception.
So the Raiders take over at their own 22-yard line. 20 seconds to go here in the first quarter. They lead at 6-0. Handoff right up the middle. And the MCI defense is ready to stop Cruz Poirier.
First time we've seen Poirier get the handoff. And that one came out of the shotgun. Oak Hill runs a lot of stuff out of the shotgun so far tonight.
And it looks like he might have lost a yard, but the first quarter runs out. 6-0 Oak Hill over MCI. We're back after this. Welcome back to Morse Field at Alphon Stadium here at the University of Maine in Orono. John Small along with Wayne Harvey. Second quarter about to get underway. The Class D state championship game. Oak Hill with the 6-0 lead and the football. 2nd and 11 now from their own 21. Oh, mishandled handoff, and it's recovered by MCI. Curtis McLeod, Mr. Everything on that defense for the Huskies. And the Raiders turn it over deep in their territory.
Did he just take it away? I think he just took it away on the handoff. Oh, no, it was bobbled, and he fell on it. I thought he actually just ripped it out of his hands, but it was a kind of a misplay on that handoff. Bobbled a little bit, and MCI gets great field position.
Well, MCI this year, they will force turnovers. They like doing that, and they score. They've had 7 defensive touchdowns this year. And now they've got a great opportunity to tie the game. Ball at the 19-yard line to Moss. Off left tackle. Takes it down to about the 11-yard line.
So Oak Hill has had tremendous success so far in their passing game tonight. That's where they've really moved the ball. MCI's moved it when they've gone to the outside and kind of run some of those trick plays like they did with Bucher. If they keep running through the middle, it seems like Thorpe and Oak Hill is all over it.
Here's Moss again. Cuts it back inside, down inside the 5, first down. Picked up 6 or 7 there MCI looking to get right back in this after they threw the interception.
And they're going to go quick. They've got Oak Hill on their heels a little bit. They're going fast. They got the
4-yard
officials
line.
off balance, too.
1st and goal. Right back to Moss. Off left tackle. Didn't quite get in. Boy, does he get stacked up as he just gets hit in the face.
Yeah, team meeting at Willie Moss tonight.
Stiff defense right there.
Yeah, once he got to the 1 or the 2, wherever they stopped his progress, there was 4 or 5 to 8 white jerseys on top of him.
Ball just outside the 1-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Been left so far. Will they go right?
But I think they're going right back to him, and he's in for the touchdown. Moss with the 1-yard touchdown run, and MCI gets right back in it.
Defense started it with the fumble, recovered, and then all Willie Moss. Pretty good weapon to have.
Very good weapon, and it really goes back to Curtis McLeod, too, just busting up that play, getting into the backfield, the big nose guard for MCI, and then recovering the ball. So Varney will go for the extra point here. It is up. It is good. And MCI takes the lead, 7-6. We're back after this. Welcome back, everyone. We are seeing 2 very good defenses playing here tonight. Oak Hill already with 2 interceptions, and MCI with a fumble recovery, a forced fumble and a fumble recovery. And MCI with a 1-point lead. The only difference, a missed 2-point conversion for Oak Hill, and a extra point that was good for MCI.
I think a lot of people thought this game would be tight. I don't know if they thought the defenses would be playing this well. I thought the offenses maybe would be going at one another, but it's the defenses who are making the stand at this point.
So Varney will kick it off here after the MCI touchdown. Moss from the 1-yard line.
Deep to return.
And Varney, he's trying to keep it away from Levi Buto, and he does as Poirier takes it. Takes a big hit on the hip, but falls ahead to the 33-yard line.
So this is the 4th play of the drive for Moss, and they had gone left side every time, and this one he just finds a seam and untouched into the end zone to put MCI on top.
So 32-yard line is where Oak Hill will go back on offense, trailing now 7-6. 10:47 to go here in the first half.
So we saw how MCI responded to being down. How does Oak Hill do it?
Martin in motion. Tarian trying to go around right side, just slipped and fell down. I think he got back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, pretty clean first 12 minutes plus here, 13 minutes plus, because there's only been 1 penalty on each team. There was another penalty that was that was declined because of that interception. So it's been pretty clean, pretty fast-paced as the teams have been really going after one another.
2nd down and 10 for the Raiders from their own 32-yard line.
You don't get many better first quarters plus than this one's been.
Tarian rolling left. Throws it on the run, got a man wide open. And again, it's Nielsen who got behind his defender.
Connor Nielsen
takes it out to the 45, a 13-yard pickup.
This is where Oak Hill's had success. They can make a living on the MCI defense by throwing the ball. Tarian has been able to find receivers either in space or behind the secondary of the Huskies.
So 1st down for the Raiders from their own 45-yard line. And you see those receivers spread out again. And flag is thrown from the sideline.
Why from there? Is that neutral zone? Is that offsides? False start. Offense moving already.
False start penalty on Oak Hill.
Just after I said there wasn't many penalties.
So that'll back the Raiders up to their own 40-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 15. Dalton Tarian, the senior quarterback. He's accounted for more than 2,100 total yards this year.
He's got a receiver deep again.
Gonna throw it. He got a man wide open again.
Wide open.
Tarian right on the money. It is Nielsen again. and he's pushed out of bounds at about the 31-yard line of MCI.
You can see that they had trip receivers. They had all three of them lined up just off the right side of the line. And when they came out, just watch 23 go. He just releases, and no one goes with him, and Terry just watches him the whole way like, are you kidding? He's that wide open. He's beating you up all night. And they let him go, and he makes the catch, and now the Oak Hill offense moving again.
29-yard pickup on that pass play. 1st and 10 from the MCI 31. Here's Levi Buto running off left tackle. Nice gain. Takes it 6 yards ahead to the 25.
Starting to mix up the pass and the run a little bit as Oak Hill's had a lot of success throwing the ball, but now they're starting to get the ground game working a little bit.
They're trying to hurry things up here a little bit, too.
Yeah, they don't go back to the huddle much either.
Second down and 4.
It looks like Terry may be calling some of those plays to the line. I don't know if those are getting shuttled in.
Interesting formation there. They go back to Buto, and boy, I thought he was tackled for a loss, but he plowed ahead for a couple. Well, TV5 would like to thank the Maine Public Broadcasting Network for their assistance in bringing you tonight's game. Couldn't have done it without them. The TV5 crew is in Portland, setting up for the 3 games tomorrow. So Buto got ahead for 2. 3rd down and 2 for the Raiders.
New formation. We haven't seen this one yet.
They go right back to number 20. He's got the 1st down and more. Spin move. Still on his feet before he's knocked down. What a great move.
Inside the 15.
Yeah.
And he picked up about 10 yards on that run.
They went 3 straight running plays to Buto. All 3 of them went to the left side. Then watch this one. He gets the handoff. He gets that block. He gets to the outside and then spins after that initial contact. And he does get hit at the end. They do put a lick on him, but after he's picked up a 1st down, and hits are a lot easier after you picked up a 1st down.
1st and 10 here. And they go right back to Buto.
Right back to the left side again.
Falls ahead for 2 or 3.
So they moved it inside the 30 with the passing game, and now once they've hit inside the 30, they're handing it off to Levi Buto. And they're answering MCI's score.
Ball right at the 10-yard line. 2nd down. Long 7, short 8. Tarian gonna keep it. Thought about the left side, cut it back inside. Did he get in? No indication. He's close.
Now they're going to say he didn't get in.
Nope.
1st down, though.
So he picked up 9 yards down to the 1. And that'll bring up a 1st and goal for the Raiders.
He just
changed his mind.
Yeah, he just he was going to tuck it in Buto's belly.
That was close.
Woo, he's close. That was really close to a touchdown.
Looked like the knee was down and the ball was not at the plane. But they got a lot of chances here. 1st and goal from the 1.
Right back to Buto. Does Terry and just go right over the top?
Raiders trying to retake the lead.
Ooh, that's the handle.
Tarian going to keep it himself. He dropped it. Dropped the snap, but he picked it back up. Did he get in? He was close.
I don't think he got in.
Nope.
I think he was stopped. He think he would have been had he not bobbled that snap.
It wasn't a clean snap.
Yeah, he had to catch it again. That ball was dropped back down by his knees. He had to pick it up once again. At that point, the MCI defense knew where he was going and swarmed all over him.
So 2nd and goal now for the Raiders from the 1. And really, it's half-yard line.
Terry's going to keep this one, right?
See if they try the same play. He probably would have got in last time, just had a clean snap, and they do. They keep it. And he is in for the touchdown. 1-yard touchdown run for Dalton Tarian.
Well, that was a pretty impressive drive. They mixed up the pass and the run really well, moved the ball nicely in this one, and just marched down the field and put it in the end zone.
So it's 7:04 to go here in the 1st half. Tarian gives Oak Hill the lead back. You got to think they're going to go for the 2-point conversion here.
Might as well try to see if you can go up 14-7.
Tarian in the shotgun. Going to throw it into the corner. Little fade route. It was intended for Bailey. It's no good. So 12-7 Oak Hill. We're back after this. Back to Orono. And Oak Hill back on top. 12-7. Rematch of last year's Class D state championship game that Oak Hill won, their second in a row, looking for a three-peat. Very rare occurrence in Maine high school football that a team wins 3 in a row. So they're looking to make a little history. MCI looking to win their first gold ball in 21 years in football. And a back-and-forth contest it has been.
Yeah, Oak Hill has looked pretty impressive, especially on that last drive. 10 plays, 68 yards, and took up 3:43 off the clock.
Nielsen, I don't know if that was intended to be an onside kick, but it bounced right off an MCI player, and Oak Hill recovers.
I think he wanted to hit a low line drive.
I think that's exactly what he was trying to do, but it just happened to ricochet right off and
hit the shins, and it just drops right back to him. It had gone the 10 yards, and it had touched the player. That's Oak Hill. That's a live football. I don't think he was trying to drive it through.
I don't think so.
But it worked perfectly for Oak Hill.
Bounced right off Elijah Harvey. Hard to tell if he was just trying to kick a low line drive or if that was an intentional onside kick. I don't know.
I can't imagine you're going to intentionally try to kick it off someone's shins, but they do some unconventional things.
Well, whatever the intent, it worked. And Oak Hill is back in business. They get the ball back.
Where's Nilsson?
Terrian.
There he
Throwing
is.
it over the middle. There he is. You want to know where he is? MCI's going to find out where he is pretty quickly. Another big gain
Pushed out at the 40.
as the Terrian to Nielsen hookup is
Pushed out by number 18.
been pretty prolific here tonight.
Yeah, it's been pretty impressive to see those two. I don't know if they've had an incomplete pass to Nilsson so far. And it's almost always on a rollout. It's never a drop back. You get Terrian rolling out, and now the defense has to be wary of him keeping it because he can run it too.
Another 14 yards down to the 41. Terrian, and he's wide open again. Just wide open, and what a move inside down to the 15-yard line.
Gain of 26.
It's getting obvious now. They have found a mismatch, and right now Nilsson is eating up the MCI secondary. Connor Nilsson's having himself a field day against that MCI secondary.
Just wide open. He's had 4 catches in a row from Terrian of 13, 29, 14, and 26 yards, and he had a 30-yarder back in the first quarter.
In the first quarter, yeah. Yeah, the air attack for Oak Hill, MCI has no answer for it at this point. That's one of the things they're going to have to make an adjustment on in halftime is they've got to find Nilsson.
Well, tonight's technical support is provided by Sunbelt Rentals. Call 1-800-NO-SWEAT for all your rental needs.
And Nilsson Sporting Goods.
So, will they go to the air to Nilsson again, or the last time they got in here inside the 25, inside the 30, now they're inside the red zone, they started to run the ball with Buto. Does Oak Hill's got some weapons? Which way do they go?
Well, already Connor Nielsen's got 5 catches for 99 yards unofficially.
Pretty good half.
Pretty good first half. So 1st and 10 from the MCI 15. Oak Hill on the move again.
Nilsson's on the left, if you're wondering.
Terrian's going to be looking for him.
Wide open. Wide open.
Out left. And this time he hits Jonah Martin for a big gain. And the MCI defense paid so much attention to number 23, they forgot about number 11.
And they were both wide open. One went underneath the secondary, and one went over the top of it. They were both open. Terrian could pick his poison. He could just decide which way he was going to throw the ball.
12-yard gain down to the 3. It'll be 1st and goal again for the Raiders. Terrian gives it to Buto. He might have lost a yard that time.
So they had 3 straight pass plays, all completions, all first downs for the Raiders before that running play there by Buto.
No gain on the play.
Now, while the defense has played so stout for the first 8 or 9 or 10 minutes of the first quarter, the offenses are back in gear now.
Actually, the ball did go back a yard. It's just inside the 5-yard line, technically the 4-yard line. Terrian going to try to run around that left side. Cuts it back inside. Did not get there. Or did he?
Did he
The
do
ball
it?
come out. Or did he get there? Wow. How did he get? I didn't even see him come out of that pile of Huskies. Unbelievable run. I thought for a moment the ball might have come loose based on the reaction.
He gets through the first onslaught, and then he gets just lit up by Jones.
Twice.
And then he delivers the hit to Bucher that time, and he stayed on his feet. No one wrapped him up. They went with shoulders and tried to have the big blow-up hit instead of trying to wrap him up and tackle correctly and make the tackle and make the stop. They wanted the big showboat hit, and look at what happened. It's a touchdown for Tarian.
Well, how did he sustain that first hit?
Jones hit him hard.
4-yard touchdown run for Tarian. Oak Hill up now 18-7. Tarian rolling left, and the pass is knocked down.
Nicely defended there by MCI.
So the 2-point conversion no good, but Oak Hill is up now 18-7. Well, as you said earlier, Wayne, Dalton Tarian has come as advertised. Oak Hill on top, back after this. Welcome back to Orono. 5:54 to go in the Class D state championship game. Oak Hill leading MCI 18-7. Dalton Tarian with his second touchdown run of the night.
Threw for one, too.
It's thrown for one. And as you would expect for a guy who's thrown for 1,300 yards and 17 touchdowns and run for almost 900 yards and 14 touchdowns, he's going to be involved in almost every play and every scoring play. Return out to the 40 for MCI. So MCI has had pretty good field position tonight, Wayne. They just have not been able to really take advantage of it, except when they got the fumble recovery down deep in the Oak Hill end.
They had the one long field that they had to deal with after the interception that they had of Tarian. Then they had the short field where they recovered the fumble, and they scored on that one. Everything else has been in about this range, a 50, 60, 70-yard field they've had to deal with, which isn't too bad.
Back to Moss. Gets to the outside. Down the left sideline, first down and more before he's pushed out of bounds. Nice run by Moss, a 20-yard pickup.
And again, I hate to keep harping on this one, but MCI's had success on the outside. This is where they said in the pregame that they wanted to make adjustments. That was one of the keys, and maybe this is one of the adjustments. Now they're going to try to get Moss to the outside. That's where he's had more success.
First down, 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line of Oak Hill. They give it to Bertrand. And she got back to the line of scrimmage and not much more.
Yeah, Oak Hill has been able to cover that one very well so far tonight.
I think you're right. They're stout up the middle.
They are. Thorpe is all over everything that's in the middle. He's really controlling that middle linebacker spot. And you see him right back over the nose guard again. And anything in the middle, he's controlled.
2nd down and 10 from the Oak Hill 40. They give it to Moss. Takes a big pop, still on his feet. Gets it down inside the 35 to about the 34. Picked up 6.
But again, they get to the outside a little bit. They get outside the tight end and get a chance to get Moss with a little bit of open space, and they move the football well.
So MCI not getting away from their game plan here. They haven't gone to the air. They're only down 18-7 with 4:44 to go here in the first half. 3rd and 4 here. Another 3rd down for MCI. They've had a lot tonight. They give it to Moss. This time he goes right side. A lot of space is right. He's got the first down and more down to about the 28-yard line.
See, they've gone left side so much now that he had a chance to, when they run one to the right side, he's got an open lane to go with. When they get him that space, Moss is tough to deal with.
Picked up 6 more.
Another first down.
He's been chipping away. He's got 14 carries for 75 yards. Big first down.
And no big ones that he's broken yet either, too. He hasn't had that 25-yard break.
That 20-yard run we just saw.
That's his only big gainer so far. He's been really, like you said, chipping away.
1st and 10. Think you're going to throw it. Got a Raider right in his face, and it was tipped. Tipped in the backfield. I think it was Austin Noble who tipped that for the Raiders.
It was Noble who got his hand on it and knocked that one down. And I think he had an open receiver in space. They were trying to get out into that flat. And I think that was a play. But again, Noble just made the knockdown on that pass.
Oak Hill calls a timeout.
Another timeout by Oak Hill.
And Vigil has not had luck from the air this evening. He's 1 for 5 with 2 interceptions. Well, our live coverage of championship high school football continues tomorrow from Fitzpatrick Stadium in Portland. Tomorrow's games will be on WPXT in Portland and right here on TV5 in the Bangor area. Start with the Class A game at 11 o'clock, Portland versus Thornton. Yarmouth plays Winslow in the C game at 2:30. And then Brunswick and Marshwood, a rematch of last year's B game at 6 o'clock.
The crew's already down there setting up, getting the trailer ready and the cameras in place and everything set and ready to go for you tomorrow.
And you never know late in November what the weather's going to be like, but it sounds like it's going to be pretty nice, sunny, and close to 50 tomorrow.
Knock on wood. It looks like it's going to be really good for tomorrow.
You can't complain about that.
No.
This late in November.
There's been some cold state championship Saturdays.
And some snowy ones.
Yeah. I remember before they had all of them in one location, before they all went to Fitzpatrick, that MCI played Winthrop in 2000, and that game was one of the coldest ones I've ever been on the sideline for. That game was, I think, played at Augusta at Coney High School. It was so cold that day.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think weather's the reason they finally put all 3 games in Fitzpatrick because of a year with a lot of snow.
I think I was wearing 3 pairs of gloves that day.
2nd and 10. Here's the pitch back to Moss. Gets a little head of steam. There he goes down the left sideline, still on his feet, and he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, he got knocked out of bounds, and he was trying to tightrope it in, but just knocked out there.
At the 12, 16-yard pickup.
And again, I keep going to the well with this one, but look, you get him into the outside. Get him into space, and you let Moss have space, and he is danger. Ooh, I don't know.
It was close.
That was real close. He may not have been out right there.
Well, as you said with Oak Hill, they found a weakness with Connor Nielsen getting behind the secondary. Maybe MCI has seen something here. This time they go right up the middle, and there's just nowhere to go. As you run into number 57, Connor Elwell, the leading tackler for the Raiders. He's something. 6'1", senior, 210 pounds.
And number 24 is right there in the middle of it, too. Anything between the tackles, Oak Hill has been able to control. They've sniffed it out. They don't let you get any type of space in the middle. The power game's not producing results right now for MCI. They're not abandoning it, though.
There's really no gain there. Ball still at the 12. Vigil going to roll out. Looking downfield.
All kinds of time.
A lot of time, and it's knocked away. Oh, Levi Buto just got a hand in there, knocked it down.
That's a dangerous ball to throw because Buto was all over him, and there was a defender behind Bertrand, too. That was a dangerous chance down there, tightening your own end. You're going to throw that one away.
As we mentioned, MCI not having much luck in the air tonight.
Bertrand was well covered. That's a tough ball to throw in there. That one should have been 5 yards out of the end zone.
You don't want to turn it over this deep in Oak Hill territory. So 3rd down now. Vigil going to keep it himself. Right up the middle. Sniffed out well by Oak Hill. That's going to bring up a 4th down.
Is that the first time we've seen Vigil call his own number?
That is the 2nd time.
That's the 2nd keeper that he's had. Okay.
And the first one was the broken play.
Right. That one I don't think was designed. I think this is the first time that it's actually been called for 14.
So 4th down and 4. MCI going to go for it. Hands it back to Moss.
He won't go down.
And he won't go down, but I don't think he's not going to be anywhere close to the 1st down. So MCI will turn it over on downs. We're back after this. So Oak Hill back in business at their own 6-yard line. They go to Levi Buto, who runs it ahead for 2 or 3.
Worst field position they've had all night. They've had this one, they're deep in their own end. I bet we have a steady dose of Buto to try to get it out, to get a little space for, or maybe Terry keeps it himself to create a little space, but I think they'll keep this one on the ground for a while.
And time winding down here in the first half. Under 3 minutes to go now. Oak Hill with the lead.
And you got an 11-point lead. There's no sense in trying to do anything crazy.
Terry in the shotgun. Going to keep it himself. Started up the middle. Comes right side. Breaks 1 tackle. Gets it out over the 20-yard line.
So now he's got some space. Got a little bit of space. MCI with the 13s on their jerseys and on the hat, recognizing Nolan Berthollet. They've had that number on their uniforms here to honor him and pay tribute to him, and number 13 will always be his number. He would have been a sophomore this year. And orange, if you're wondering why MCI would have orange, which is his favorite color.
His favorite color. And you see Coach Bertrand always wears that shirt under his uniform with the orange sleeves. And he did get the first down.
Not by a lot.
Another great effort by Tarian.
And he kind of hesitated and paused a little bit there and then changed his direction a little bit, and that really helped him out to pick up that first down. That's a big first down. That gives them a little bit of breathing room out, and now they can open up the playbook a little bit.
Out to the 16, so 1st and 10. With 2:42 to go here in the first half. Oak Hill with the 11-point lead. Boy, what an athlete Dalton Tarian is. His coach last night just called him special. Having a special year
so far.
And you see why. So hard to bring down. Gets it out to the 20-yard line. Picked up 4.
And last year on the state championship team, he wasn't the star. He wasn't the guy who was doing everything, because you had Mace and you had Flaherty, who did so much that he didn't have to. And now, I mean, it's the time of Dalton Tarian, and he stepped up and has embraced it and has really produced.
Yeah, he had to put more on his shoulders this year, and as we mentioned, more than 2,100 yards of total offense through the air and on the ground. And 31 touchdowns.
Yeah.
17 passing, 14 running.
Responsible for all 3 tonight.
Here he goes again. And he's got the first down again, running off left tackle. Out to the 26-yard line. Needed 6, he got 6.
Yeah, MCI wanted to contain him to keep him from getting to the outside, but he's really kind of had his way in this second quarter. It's been a lot of Tarian, and he's getting a little tired. He's got his hands on his knees over there on the sideline while he's talking to the coach, and looked like he was huffing for breath there on that last one before he went to the line.
And we'll see what Oak Hill does here, too. They're minute 45 to go. They got the lead. If they get a little breathing room, we know they can put it in the air.
They can. Yeah, if you let Nilsson get behind you, they will put it in the air.
So 1st and 10, minute and a half to go in the first half. Tarian looking to throw. Oh, and it got tipped. And it comes down. Boy, that's dangerous. But it came down harmlessly for Oak Hill, incomplete. Well, tonight's Fan Cam is brought to you by Fisher Snowplows, made in Maine since 1948.
And the crowds have been loud tonight so far. I don't know if you can pick it up on the TV broadcast, but you can hear the Oak Hill side all the way across, and the MCI fans are loud. It's been a great atmosphere for this state championship game.
That ends a string of 6 straight completions for Tarian.
And I think that was may only because the line of MCI knocked it down.
2nd down and 10. Clock stopped with 1:22 to go here in the first half. Tarian going to roll right. And he's got his sophomore receiver, Darren Bailey. MCI swarms on him. Led by McKenna and Bucher.
Yeah, Bucher was there, but again, Bailey was pretty wide open. He's already got 2 catches on the defensive side of the ball. He had both of the interceptions.
6-yard pickup on that pass play. So 3rd down.
3 receivers left now.
Under a minute to go. Oh, it's picked off by MCI. Montero heading to the end zone. Did he get there? I think he might have not. He was pushed out of bounds. Pushed out of bounds. What a play with 39 seconds to go in the first half. Tarian has not made many mistakes today.
Montero just jumped it. He absolutely saw this coming, and he jumped it. And he knew it was there, and he was wide open and jumped through that route and picked it and could not quite beat Tarian to the pylon.
Montero with the interception. He couldn't quite get to the end zone. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 1. What a turn of events here. As it looked like at the very least Oak Hill was going to go into the locker room with an 11-point lead. Now MCI with a big chance here. They give it to Moss. Running off right side, still on his feet, gets pushed back, did not get in. And he lost the ball, but I think he might have been stopped. Forward progress.
I thought he was going to get in. He was trying to pick his way through. He had a blocker in front of him, but those white shirts just swarmed, would not let him get in. He was denied there at the goal line. It looked like the clock moved at all.
The clock did not move. It's still at 39 seconds.
It was 39 when they started that play.
Yeah, Moss just kept working his way down the line on that right side, and I thought at some point he's going to find a little seam, but a good job by the Oak Hill defense to push him back. They gave him forward progress to the one, so no gain.
I don't know if they realized that was an untimed down.
Well, MCI gets a few extra seconds.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
2nd and goal from the one. Boy, what a turnaround there.
Yeah, that's a big momentum changer. I mean, that really puts some life back in MCI.
Well, both quarterbacks have now thrown 2 interceptions.
Will they go to Bertrand and try to power something, off guard, off tackle, or will they go back to Moss and try to get him into space? Maybe Vignew keeps it himself. He actually had a pretty good successful carry on the last one, too. Maybe he just calls 14.
Got Buzzle in the backfield, too. A lot of options for this Husky team.
Buzzle's a kid who we haven't called off tonight. He has been a big player all year long for him.
Here's Vignew, going to keep it himself, pushing the pile, and he's still on his feet. I don't think he got in.
And now the clock's running.
Boy, I thought, again, Vignew kept those legs churning that he might get in, but just what a job.
I thought he wanted to go to Buzzle and then kept it himself.
Well, this Oak Hill team has had some goal line stands in the playoffs. Can they have another one? This time to Moss. He tripped, but I think he's over. He's in. In for the touchdown. He'd crossed the plane.
The nose of the football is going to break the start of that white line, and he's going to have possession, and he did, and that's a touchdown by Willie Moss.
So Moss gets in with 15 seconds to go in the first half.
Now, how big was that untimed play when the clock didn't run with 15 seconds left?
Varney is going to go for the extra point here to make it a 4-point game. Kick is up. Right through. Boy, what a turnaround here as Oak Hill had the football, moving at will, looking to add to their lead. Not sure if they'd have made it all the way downfield with a minute and a half to go, but with 39 seconds to go, Tarian throws to pick, and MCI right back close to Oak Hill again.
Now what do you do on this kick? Do you try an onside kick if you're MCI? See if you can get it back with one shot?
With so few seconds left?
Because you're going to you would be giving a short field, or do you kick it long and see if you can just make Oak Hill take a knee and go to the locker room with the momentum?
That's a good question.
Yeah, you've got a couple of ways here. If you can recover the onside kick, if you get your hands team out there, and you can make that recovery, it's not a bad time to take a shot at it. But you also run the risk of giving Oak Hill the ball at midfield, and we know what they can do with their passing game.
Well, let's see what they decide to do. Assuming the clock starts.
Assuming the clock goes.
Even an onside kick, you're probably going to take at least 5 seconds off the clock.
Right, which would give you probably 2 plays at the end zone. We'll try to give either team 2 plays at the end zone.
And you know that Tarian can get it there.
Seems like it.
Or close to it.
Yeah, he threw it probably 40, 45 yards that I saw in warm-ups. It was spot on.
Well, let's see if MCI is content to try to just keep it 18-14 or maybe go for more here as the first half winds down, and they'll just squib it down the field and hope to contain the return. And Butra still on his feet. He takes it all the way out to the 50, so in essence, almost like an onside kick that the receiving team recovered. But now it's all the way back out.
Just 6 seconds left, though. That was a long time on that return to get it back there. So it probably, unless they go quick, they're probably only going to have 1 play here at the end zone.
Well, let's see if they try to throw it to one of their very good receivers. They've got so many good receivers. Tarian has 3 or 4, maybe even 5 options with his receiving core. Nielsen and Martin are the 2 big guns, but he's got other guys too who can catch it.
So the ball's on the
Spencer and Darren Bailey.
Ball's on the 48. He's probably going to have to throw it 50, 52 to get it into the end zone.
Or if one of your receivers gets behind the defense and can get some of those yards after the catch.
And MCI's only got 2 guys back deep.
Let's see what they do. Tarian gonna heave it downfield.
Picked.
And it should be picked off. It is. Let's see if Montero can come up with a return. Montero with another interception in the first half will end. But what a first half of football.
So, Coach, amazing momentum shift at the end of the game. It's been a back-and-forth battle the whole time. What do you guys need to do to take the lead in the second?
Well, we need to get on our toes a little bit and get after it. We were on our heels and letting them dictate things, and we really have to get after it, play Husky football. And we started to do that at the end of the half. Defensively, we need to do the same thing offensively.
Revenge is the big word, right?
Absolutely. We got to go get it.
Good luck, Coach. Thanks. Be right back.
This halftime report is brought to you by Quirk Auto Group, a proud sponsor of high school football. It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
If you were here at the start of the game and you saw the Huskies take the field, leading the charge for the Huskies at the beginning of the game, a player holding the number 13. It's an important number for the team because it's in honor and memory of Nolan Bertholet, who passed away unexpectedly, tragically in summer of 2014. And I'm joined by his brother Nathan and his dad, Ray, wearing the number 13, both of you. This has become a family for you guys. You're here at every single game. How proud are you of these guys?
I'm so proud of these guys. Ever since Nolan passed away in 2014. They surrounded us. The community surrounded us. We just became one big family, and I've been with them ever since. Been going to every game, every JV game, every varsity game.
And I hear you're a pretty amazing football player yourself. Is this going to be your number in a few years?
Yeah.
How are the boys playing tonight? Was that a good end for the half? Yeah. I mean, Nolan just so well-rounded, always so caring, wanted to do everything for others, and you guys you're doing that now as well, right? There's a foundation set up in his honor.
We set up a nonprofit organization called Nolan's Hero Foundation. The website's nolansherofoundation.org. And we started that. The HERO stands for helping everyone realize opportunities. And Nolan was someone who always went out of his way to help others, stand up for others. So we want to kind of spread that throughout the world. So what we came up with was these white bracelets, and you can't buy these. You can buy the other ones, but you can't buy the white ones. And the white ones, you have to nominate someone, go to our website and nominate someone, your hero, and tell a story of why they're your hero. We've given a few of them out already. We'll ship them to your hero for free. Wow. So we hope to get those spread out all over the world.
What an incredible thing to keep his memory alive. And you're going to be sharing his story, too, a documentary this spring. Is that correct?
Yeah, we were a woman in New York actually reached out to us, and she's going to college there for film school. And she's putting together a documentary, MB13, the Nolan Bertholet story. And it's about his life. She's been up to Pittsfield several times already. They have a lot of film, and they're compiling it all together, and we're hoping that's going to be released probably the beginning of June, and the first showing is going to be in Pittsfield at the Pittsfield Theater.
Well, please keep us posted, TV5. Of course, we just love your family. We love this guy, too. And thank you. I know the Huskies, they love you guys. I mean, Nolan is the heart of the Huskies, and they're playing for him every time they step on this field. So thank you, guys. We'll keep you posted at TV5 as things progress. Keep us posted, okay? All right, go Huskies, right? What would you say? Come on.
Go Huskies.
Go Huskies. There we go. We'll be right back. This halftime report has been brought to you by Quirk Auto Group.
If you're a car, find it at Quirk.
Now, who are these young, fabulous ladies helping me out with this halftime sponsorship? Shout out. It's the field hockey team for MCI. MCI full of talented athletes. This is a familiar territory for you ladies. Am I correct? Yeah. All right, here's the captains right here, Taylor and Emily, correct? You guys were just here and won a state championship. What was that like?
Amazing.
I mean, seriously, it was seconds. I mean, it was days ago, right?
Yeah, it was October 31st. Yeah.
It was Halloween. Have you gotten over? Are you still celebrating?
No. We're ordering jackets and rings, and it's crazy.
It still doesn't seem. So for folks at home who don't know, guess what team they played? Oak Hill, the same team your classmates are playing against. So what did you say when they had this matchup too? Did you give them any advice, or what was the thought?
Go hard. Yeah. Leave it all on the field. You're not going to get tonight back. Yeah.
Oh, that's really good advice. How was the energy at school? I mean, is this a huge rivalry?
Yeah, we had a huge pep rally for it because we just want to beat them.
And you guys, you blanked Oak Hill 2-0. I mean, unbelievable job. There's somebody here with a family connection to this football team? You, right? What's your name again? Remind me?
Callie.
Callie. So you have a family connection?
Yeah, my Uncle Tom is a head coach, and my cousins, Alex and Adam, play.
Okay, so there's something in your blood. I mean, you guys are pretty athletic, huh? So
Sports is everything in my family. When we go to their house, it's either a football movie, football game, or film. It's just everything.
It's worked out. It's worked out. So the boys, a lot of momentum, right, going to the half. I mean, are you excited for them? What do you give them some words. If they could watch this right now, what would you say to them?
Just go give it your all. And Alex's last game's today, so go and give it your all.
Well, congratulations, ladies. I mean, you had an incredible season, and now you got to go. I know you wanted to bundle up. They have blankets up in there, but they came down to talk to us here. Go bundle up. Congratulations. Enjoy it, celebrate it, and hopefully you guys want to be celebrating your football team. All right, what would you say to them as we head out? Good luck. Go hard. The energy with these Huskies, it's incredible. Well, I've had a lot of fun down here. John and Wayne, I probably should send things back up to you guys in the press box.
All right, thank you, Caitlin. Having a little too much fun, I think.
At times she may want to reel it in a little bit down there. She always has a good time.
Well, we appreciate Caitlin pinch hitting down the sidelines tonight as Tim Throckmorton was down in Connecticut for the Husson game today. So we'll get the team all back together in Portland tomorrow as we head down for the 3 games down there. So let's look at the highlights from the first half, and it started off with Oak Hill getting on the board with 1:24 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, and then MCI responds back. It's just a quick 1-yard run there by Willie Moss. Then Terrian gets in to get Oak Hill back in the lead again. They missed all of their conversions so far today, though all of their 2-point conversions they failed on. And then Terrian takes one big hit and then delivers another one. What a fantastic run that was by Terrian. And then Oak Hill with the advantage in the lead. They're up here 18 to 7. And then the pick by Montero as he comes all the way down. He just jumped the route, and they get it down to the 1, and that would end up being a touchdown by Willie Moss. He would take it in 4 plays later. It took him 4 plays to get in from the 1, but they got the touchdown, and now it's an 18-14 game. Oak Hill still with the lead, but MCI with some momentum after that interception and touchdown late in the first half.
And you saw Terrian was the one who pushed him out of bounds to prevent the pick 6 there. So he's been everywhere tonight, and he has come as advertised, as we talked about. He does have the 3 picks in the game, and that's what's kept it close so far. But Terrian has run it 12 times for 55 yards, and he's thrown it 15 times. He's 8 for 15 with 1 touchdown, 193 yards. But he does have the 3 picks, and that's really why the game's so close.
And he had one batted down, too.
And the fumble recovery as well.
Right.
And it's very similar to last year's game down in Portland, Wayne, where I just looked back. I was just curious, and Oak Hill was up 14-13 at the half. So it was a very close game at halftime. And obviously last year the Raiders made the necessary adjustments, and they came out and they owned the second half and
some injuries
won their second
too.
straight game.
Yeah, some injuries happened for MCI last year too, but Oak Hill took advantage of it, and we'll see what changes are made here at halftime. MCI's had success getting the ball outside and into space and letting Willie Moss kind of use his speed and his agility to kind of get out and create open spaces. They haven't had much success in between the tackles right now. Oak Hill's really controlled that, and Oak Hill's had their success by throwing the ball. I mean, Terrian has had a great night throwing it. He's got the 3 interceptions. He's had 1 batted down, but I mean, he's completing a lot of passes. He's getting those guys behind the secondary, and that's where they've had their success to move the ball really well. So will they find those advantages and continue to exploit them, or have they seen something else? Have the coaching staff seen something else that they can use to kind of make things work for them here in the second half?
Well, as we always talk about, football at any level is a game of adjustments, and we'll see who makes the better adjustments as we head to the second half.
Oak Hill's coming out now.
We are at halftime. Class D state championship game. It is Oak Hill 18, MCI 14. We'll come back to Orono right after this. Welcome back to Alphon Stadium here in Orono. Getting set for the start of the second half of the Class D high school football state championship game. Oak Hill with a 4-point lead at the half. And remember, MCI will get the ball to start the second half as Oak Hill went on offense to begin the game. So MCI will have the chance to try to take the lead back as we've gone back and forth. But, boy, you go back to the end of that first half, Wayne, what a huge interception by Montero that really I wouldn't say they were out of the game. I mean, put them right back in it, though, right back, within 4 points.
Yeah, no, at that point, I mean, Oak Hill had scored on 2 straight possessions, and I remember they had that weird kind of onside kick that happened that led to back-to-back scores for the Raiders, and then they had it again, and they're moving the ball again, and Montero just jumped that route, and that completely, one play, that's the beauty of high school football, is one play can really change a game. And you see a high school basketball game, it doesn't change on a steal and a layup. It can in a football game with an interception like that was returned back to the 1, ends up with a touchdown by Willie Moss, and it's now a 4-point game instead of maybe Oak Hill marching down the field, and now they've got a 4-score lead. I mean, that would have been a real big difference. So, yeah, that would play right there. That can build something for MCI in the second half.
Well, we'll see what the two coaches discussed at halftime. You've got 2 very good coaches here, and Coach Bertrand from MCI, 14 years with the Huskies, and you go back to Stearns before that, and he's used to being in these games. And same thing with Coach Stacen Doucette, only 4 years with Oak Hill, but he spent 19 years before that as an assistant at Lisbon. So, and he's also the two-time,
where they had success too.
Yeah, well, they've had success, and he's the 2-time defending state champion coach for Class D.
Yeah, pretty good run to his first 4 years as a head coach in Maine high school football, being in the state title game for 3 straight years. So, yeah, these guys know what they're doing. They're going to make their adjustments. They've been around it. They've been around good coaches who, they've learned at the feet of some pretty good coaches, so they know what's going to happen. And it'll be interesting to see what or if anything changes in the second half. I mean, does Oak Hill want to change anything? Does MCI want to change when they started having success there in the second half or the second quarter by going to Moss to the outside? Do they even want to make any adjustments? We'll see how they do it.
Well, for Oak Hill, they have won 21 straight games. You go back to last year, the state title game, what's happened since then, and certainly MCI wanted to get back here again with a chance to try to win the gold ball, and they won 10 straight throughout the season. And Oak Hill Raiders, it was a little tougher for them because they had some close games and they had some real battles, especially in the playoffs. And you look at that win over Lisbon, there was a botched extra point, a botched snap, and they knocked down the 2-point conversion and then held off Lisbon in the end. So they played some really tough games, and they have worked hard to get to 10-0.
And they haven't converted any 2-point conversions so far tonight. They've all been, every one of them have been shut down by MCI.
Well, the Huskies will get the football to start the second half here. 3 games tomorrow, too. We're just getting started this weekend as we'll have the classes A, C, and B games in that order tomorrow from Portland.
You need lozenges with you? You're going to need some of those tomorrow. It's going to be a long day.
We'll get a little help from Tim and Eric tomorrow, so we'll get through it. We always do. It's always a fun day. And as we mentioned, the weather is supposed to be pretty good, so that always is a bonus,
right?
when you go to Portland this late in November.
And that's one of the other things, too, for you guys. It's hard as you start running all these names together. And do you throw a Portland name out in the Class C game in the second game of the day?
I'd like to say that's never happened, but I can't.
Right. It's a lot of names to know over the next 24 hours.
We'll try to keep it straight. Expecting some good matchups tomorrow. Of course, Winslow's going for their second straight.
That should be a really good game.
You've got a team going for their second straight title in all 3 games. Thornton Academy, Winslow, and Marshwood.
The Yarmouth-Winslow game, I haven't seen much or heard. I've heard that Yarmouth is good. I haven't seen them this year. So that should be a really interesting contest between Yarmouth and Winslow tomorrow in Class C.
We had a great conversation with Coach Jason Veyu today from Yarmouth. Of course, most will know he's a Winslow High School graduate, played for Coach Mike Savitsky.
Played for Savitsky.
So a little strange for him to be playing his mentor and former coach.
He may recognize some of the sets that are lined up against him tomorrow.
And you see Coach Bertrand with the orange sleeves. And Connor Nielsen will get set to kick things off here.
Done a little bit of everything today, hasn't he?
Really has. And barring a turnover, MCI will get it back here. Low line drive kick. It'll roll right to Bucher at about the 18-yard line. Let's see if he can do anything with it. Tries to get back to the outside, takes it up over the 30-yard line, and that's where MCI will go back on offense as we start the third quarter.
So we'll see how much of that momentum of the big interception and touchdown late in the second quarter, what does that carry over? We'll find out and see what adjustments MCI's made here on this first touch.
Willie Moss had a pretty good first half, unofficially by our numbers, 19 carries, 92 yards, 2 touchdowns.
And again, we mentioned it too, he had that one big gainer where he had the 20-yard break. Everything else was nickels and dimes, and he did everything small.
So from the 31, 1st and 10. Big U going to keep it as they just push the pile straight ahead, picked up about 3.
Big U on the keeper.
So they start off by going right back up the middle. No change. They didn't want to go to the outside. They want to run that power. They've tried to live on it so far tonight.
We sometimes wonder how coaches think. Do they think we're going to adjust and go to the outside?
Right,
So maybe
exactly.
we're going to go back to the middle?
Right.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
Here's Moss. Trying to break through on that left side. Almost got away, but still a pretty good gain for Moss as he takes it out to about the 39-yard line.
He's had a couple of those tonight where it looks like he's going to get free and then just gets hit. In an odd way, he got hit by the back of a defender that time. Got kind of pushed into him. It's the second time he's had a tackler pushed into him tonight. He just hasn't had that chance to really break free. He's on the verge of a breakoff.
3rd and 2. They go to Bucher, and Oak Hill is having none of it. Wow, what a tackle there by Austin Goucher, the defensive tackle. They tried to fool the Oak Hill defense by going to Bucher on the 3rd down, and he actually lost a couple of yards.
Almost a little Statue of Liberty play there as they kind of hold it up, and then a late handoff, just kind of drop it down into the belly of Bucher, and there was nowhere to go that time.
So MCI will have to punt it away here. Pretty good kick, high in the air.
Good coverage.
And Oak Hill goes back on offense when we come back.
Hey.
1st and 10 for Oak Hill from the 32. Terrian keeps it, lunges ahead for a yard or 2.
Yeah, he just kind of kept it himself, went to the left side. Didn't know maybe he might pitch that one to the outside. He had someone with him, but decides to tuck it in and maintain possession and pick up the yard and a half. Maybe 2 official yards.
We'll give him 2 on it out to the 34-yard line. 2nd down at 8 now for the Raiders, looking for their 3rd straight state championship. Terrian going to throw it
all day.
A lot of time. Got a man open. It's Martin. There's a flag on the play, too.
In a weird spot, too. Not really sure what that call is going to be.
Martin with the catch.
Is behind the defensive line, kind of in the linebacking core.
It's usually where you see a defensive penalty, but
yeah, you don't see, or unless it's offensive interference, maybe it's pass interference, maybe they're holding his just trying. It was Martin was trying to make his move.
Yeah, he's talking to Oak Hill.
So it is an MCI penalty.
So they actually add it at the end of the run. So they'll take the ball out to the 50-yard line after the 6-yard pass play.
10 to go.
New set of downs.
1st and 10 for the Raiders from midfield.
3 receivers spread left.
Terrian looking left. Got a man out there. And he breaks 3. It's free. It's Nielsen again. Still on the move. Down inside the 20. Hauled out of bounds at about the 14. A 36-yard pickup. That is some serious yards after catch.
Yeah, that was just out into the flat to him. He slips the first tackler and gets by him, and then has the composure to fix his helmet on the way back down the field to make sure that's fine. And then he cuts back to the inside, gets back to the outside, and he picks up all kinds of yards after that completion.
36-yard pickup, so he's almost up to 150 yards receiving in this game. As Buto goes right up the middle and maybe got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, nowhere to go up through that middle. Again, Oak Hill has had success throwing the ball, and MCI's really been able to pretty much stop that interior running game of the Raiders.
2nd down and 10 for Oak Hill from the MCI 14-yard line. Their first drive of the 3rd quarter.
This is a pretty good response to the way the first half ended for Oak Hill.
Especially after MCI couldn't do anything on their first drive. Terrian Looking right side, fires it, knocked away by Bucher. I think Bucher got a hand on it.
Yeah, Bucher got just enough of that one to change it. You don't have to make the great, huge play, the big flashy one. You just got to knock it down sometimes. And Bucher made that one just enough to deflect it. And the only one wide that time was Nilsson. Actually, he got tipped twice. He was tipped a couple of times that time.
So 3rd down and 10 here. MCI looking to keep this a 4-point game if they can. Big 3rd down.
I think they're throwing it again.
Rolling right. And looks like Tarian just throws it out of the end zone. Good pursuit by the MCI defense. I think they might have over-pursued Tarian a little bit there.
Yeah, because he stopped and got a defender to go by him in the backfield and then realized that he had nowhere to throw it, so he threw it out of bounds. They keep possession.
Yeah, ball was intended for the fullback who come out of the backfield, Matthew Strout. So 4th and 10 here. And you got some options. Do you try a field goal to make it a 7-point game again, or do you go for it? And looks like the decision is made.
They haven't tried to kick yet
going
tonight.
for it. Big 4th down play here for MCI. As Tarian throws it over the middle, and it's broken up. Nielsen got hit, taken over on downs. MCI when we come back. So MCI, the defense with a big stand, gets the ball back, turnover on downs. They go right back to Moss. He takes it out over the 20-yard line for a 6-yard pickup.
Yeah, long field for MCI. They're going to really grind up some yardage here, which will eat up some clock if they march it down the field.
That carry takes Moss over 100 yards unofficially for the night. And they go right back up the middle. They just have not had any success with that, as the Oak Hill defensive line has been very stout. Well, TV5 would like to thank the Maine Public Broadcasting Network for their assistance in bringing you tonight's game.
Yeah, it just hasn't been anything for MCI with those runs off guard, off tackle, anything right behind the center. There's just nothing there. Oak Hill's all over it.
And there's the pitch out to Moss. See if they can free him up on that right side. They do. He's got the 1st down, a little bit more. So they tried something a little different there by going to the sidelines, which they've had some success when they get to the ends wing.
Yeah, get that pitch out to Moss into space where he can get a little bit of room to work, and you get him one-on-one with somebody, and he has an advantage. If he's trying to go 1-on-5, 1-on-6 into that line, he doesn't have any room to work.
So 7 more yards out to the 28. They go right up the middle. And not much there. Moss falls ahead to the 31. He got 3.
Moss has really been a workhorse here in the last end of this first half, and now here in this 3rd quarter. They've called 24 a lot.
You know, unofficially 23 carries for 114 yards. You know, he had 841 yards rushing in the regular season in just 5 games. He had some injuries this year. Here they go again, right up the middle. This time it's Vigu. Takes it out over the 35 to about the 36.
Yeah, Vigu took the snap, let his center just kind of plow the road and moved forward and just followed along through and picked up a handful of yards there that time.
The 4 yards. It's a 3rd down and 3 for MCI. They've had a lot of 3rd downs tonight. And there's the pitch to Moss. Had a blocker, but oh, what a stick by Matthew Strout. Strout just knocked him back, the big defensive end. I thought Moss was going to find a hole over there.
It was really slow to develop that time because they pitched out to Moss, and it seemed like Oak Hill immediately had that left side of their defensive end, or the right side of the MCI's offense covered, and they tried to string it out a little bit, and there's just nowhere for Moss to go, and Strout just came through and cleaned it up. That was just good defensive pursuit, sideline to sideline, that lateral quickness that Oak Hill has to kind of cover that space and not let Moss have any room.
So MCI forced to punt here. Get the ball back to the Raiders. Short kick, but it takes an MCI bounce. It's going to roll down to about the 24-yard line. We'll come back after this. 1st and 10 for the Raiders from their own 24-yard line after forcing MCI to kick it away. Oak Hill with the 4-point lead right up the middle to Buteau, and he finds a little seam there and picks up 7 yards.
Yeah, pretty good hole that time as a little bit of a delayed handoff to him from Terrian, and he finds a great hole, great blocks by his offensive line. They created the space, and he picks up the 7.
So 2nd down and 3 for the Raiders. 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
Notice what he did too. He was really protecting that football with both hands. They're making sure that they're maintaining possession here.
Did we have a equipment issue there? Is that what the holdup is?
Maybe an equipment malfunction of some sort. Helmet change. It's like swapping helmets down on the sideline.
Set to go. 2nd down and 3. MCI trying to anticipate. After Terrian they go, and the ball's knocked down. Good defensive play by Aaron. It was Elijah Harvey.
Yeah, Elijah Harvey was out there, and he just reached over and knocked it down. Another pass incompletion. MCI they have knocked down a handful of passes tonight too. There's one in the backfield they knocked down. They knocked down one close to the goal line. They've knocked that one down.
And they have 3 interceptions and a fumble recovery. Granted, one of the interceptions at the end of the half, a Hail Mary pass. So 3rd and 3. And we've got flags, movement on the line.
It looks like they're going to have movement there. They had everybody for Oak Hill was moving on that one. They were trying to shift Strout, and it seemed like some of the linemen were moving too.
So that'll back up Oak Hill a little bit. The Maine Principals Association is proud to present this weekend's high school football state championships. Find out more about the MPA online at mpa.cc.
You want to find heel points in the upcoming basketball season? They've got them all there, updated seemingly daily. And then you can find Crabtree for the football. You can see how the playoff brackets went. There's a lot of stuff at mpa.cc.
So a 3rd and 3 has gone to a 3rd and 8 now for the Raiders. Terrian rolling out right. Throws it downfield, overthrown.
And nobody there. He needed to get rid of it too, because there's a lot of maroon shirts closing in on him in the backfield.
So the MCI defense does its job. And the Raiders will have to kick it away.
It's going to be a 3 and out. Haven't seen many of those today. We're not since the 1st quarter. The 1st quarter, the defenses were pretty stout.
4:22 to go here in the 3rd quarter. MCI hoping to get good field position here. Oh, good kick. End over end, and the Huskies will just let it go. It takes an MCI bounce. They'll go back on offense when we come back.
Good morning, Bob. Good morning. Hey, Chuck. Hey, Bob.
Glidden Auto Body, we're just one big family. We wanted you to know the Glidden family is expanding, now with 3 convenient locations to serve you in Bangor, Brewer, and Ellsworth. But no matter which location you visit, one thing remains the same. For collision repair, Glidden's still the one.
Moss running off left tackle. Big gainer there as he gets out to about the 43-yard line, 44-yard line, picked up 6 or 7.
Yeah, again, get him into space, get him off to the outside, a little pitch, and let him get his legs going and get some of that motion in play. And Moss is pretty dangerous tonight.
2nd down and 4. And this time Vigu keeps it. They were expecting Moss to have it. A nice run by Vigu right up the middle. Big gain and a 1st down. Tonight's Fan Cam brought to you by Fisher Snowplows, made in Maine since 1948.
Yeah, that time Vigu, a little fake handoff, almost like a play-action pass, how that would work, because everybody now is focused in on 24. He tucks it into Moss's belly, pulls it back out, and then he has the room to go up the middle because everybody starts chasing on the outside.
Picked up 9 yards, tried to get it out there in the flat, and the pass was underthrown, intended for Dylan Fitz.
2nd down.
And trying to go quick. MCI does like to operate fast. They hold up those fluorescent green signs on the sideline that have 4 photos on them. I tried to grill Tom Bertrand to see what those meant. He was not going to tell me what it means.
You wonder, do they really mean anything?
He says it does. He says it's pretty easy to learn.
Here's Bucher. Had a big hole on that left side. Bucher cuts it back inside. Still on his feet. Now he's got some room on the right side. And he's hauled down finally. Boy, what a run by Bucher. That was a lot of running. There's a flag down. Back on the left sideline.
Yeah, he went 25 yards longer than he did side to side than he did north and south. Nice cutback there. That may be a face mask because it looked like they reached up. They may have gotten his face mask, too. That may be on Oak Hill. You could kind of see it late in that replay when he made that cutback. It is a face mask.
Yeah, he ran it about 13, 14 yards, but you're right, it was really twice that.
Yeah, he doubled it, yeah. I was going to say 25 is what he got on his legs.
So MCI on the move here, as that'll put the ball inside the 30 at about the 28-yard line, 29-yard line. MCI wants to go.
Checking off their playboards.
1st and 10 for the Huskies. They give it to Moss, trying to get around that left side again. He turns the corner. He's got some room. Turns on the Jets before he's pushed out of bounds.
All right, little inside TV knowledge. That was a fantastic job by our camera person. We were right in the middle of that play, just tight in on Moss as he goes to the outside. We knew where he was going. You could see his vision. He gets to that sideline. Great run by Moss and better work by the camera.
Pushed out of bounds at the 15, a 14-yard pickup for Moss, who's got 134 yards unofficially on the night. 3:01 to go. They go right back to Vigneault up the middle. That same play they ran a little while ago. It was good for 9 yards before. And this time he takes it down inside the 10 to about the 7 or 8. So he picked up 8 more.
And, you know, that's where they're having a little bit of success now. They're showing that play to Moss, and Vigneault's keeping it himself. That's where you're going to get the openings up the middle. You've got to do something to get that defense moving. You can't just kind of go smashing into them because Oak Hill stopped every one of those.
2nd down and 2 from the 7. Here's Vigneault going to carry it inside the 5 down to about the 3. And he's got the 1st down. It'll bring up a 1st and goal.
So MCI back knocking on the door.
1st and goal from the 3.
That's been the adjustment that MCI and the Bertrand's coaching staff has made, is they've kind of shown that little fake handoff where they pull it back and keep it with Vigneault. And now he's got, because now the defense is moving, he's got a little bit of space inside.
Huskies trying to retake the lead. The fake handoff to Bertrand. And Vigneault keeps it again. I'm not sure he really got much. He might have got back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it.
That's 3 straight carries that he's had. So you got to figure now Oak Hill's going to start to key in on this. Will they go back to Moss to the outside?
Oak Hill very, very tough on the goal line.
They are.
They've had several goal line stands in these playoffs already. Here's Moss. Left side gets cut down at the 1-yard line. What a hit. I think Terrian was in on that. So was Austin Goucher.
Yeah, that was Moss took a big couple of hits there. That was a great defensive play.
Down to the 1, 3rd and goal. MCI looking to retake the lead.
A lot of space to the right.
They give it up the middle, off left tackle, and it is Buzzle with his first carry of the night. It's a 1-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, they went left side right off that left tackle. They haven't given it to Buzzle tonight. He's a power kid. You get it, he'll lower his shoulders, and that's what he did that time, and he dragged a couple people into the end zone with him. MCI back on top.
So the Huskies retake the lead with 1:23 to go here in the 3rd. Varney will try to make it a 3-point game. Kick is up, and it is good. 21-18, MCI on top. And they have now scored 14 straight points, Wayne.
Yeah, they've once they get that touchdown in the second quarter, they were down at that point 18-7. They've answered with 2 touchdowns now, and the defense has come up and forced Oak Hill to punt.
Buzzle just carrying Brendan Turbo into the end zone with him. Well, this is what we expected. 2 very good teams.
Yes.
Back and forth we have gone.
2 undefeated teams. Rematch of last year's state final. MCI just on that one went 10 plays, 63 yards, 2 minutes and 53 seconds. There was only one pass play in there, and that was an incompletion. Everything else, the 9 plays that moved the ball, were all on the ground. There was that one Oak Hill face mask penalty in there, mixed in there too, after the run by Bucher.
So a couple of big plays on that drive for the Huskies, and they punch it into the end zone. They'll kick it away here with 1:23 to go in the third quarter.
And this is coming off they forced Oak Hill 3 and out last time, so the defense made their play last time.
Devin Varney sends it right down the middle. Boy, Levi Buto has been just fantastic on returns tonight as he gets it up close to the 40.
Yeah, he's been great returning kicks.
Well, tonight's technical support is provided by Sunbelt Rentals. Call 1-800-NO-SWEAT for all your rental needs. So Oak Hill will have good field position. Their own 39. And they take over this time down by 3.
Now remember, MCI had a 7-6 lead, and then didn't Oak Hill come right down the field and score?
They did.
Yeah, so we'll see how they respond. They don't like trailing very much.
It took them less than 2 minutes to respond. Here's the throw for Nielsen. Good coverage that time by the Huskies. Incomplete.
Yeah, it was Buzzle that time again, number 22 for MCI, who was right there. And as the ball hit Nielsen's hand, Buzzle was right into him as well. That's a great defensive play. They finally made that coverage change on Nielsen, too. They're not letting him free.
Great coverage by Buzzle. And Tarian has now thrown 6 straight incompletions.
MCI's changed that defense. They've changed their defense in the secondary. They're not letting Nielsen get free, which is taking away the options that Tarian has to throw it.
Second down and 10. Here goes Tarian on the ground. He can run it too. Nice cutback. First down and more. Still on his feet. Still on his feet. As MCI can just not bring him down as he takes the ball all the way down to the 40-yard line of MCI. 21-yard pickup.
Another fantastic carry by Tarian, and he just does not quit. And
so hard to bring down.
There's no stopping him. And he cuts it back to one way, cuts it back the other way. Sees Alex Jones there, and then just kind of runs over.
How did he get out of that?
I think they were trying to strip the ball. I don't think they were trying to make the tackle there. I think they were trying to strip the football. And he just kept powering forward.
First and 10 from the MCI 40. Thought about pitching it back there, but he keeps it for 5 or 6 yards. And here comes a late flag.
I think that's face mask. I think when he was on his way down, I think they got a handful of mask. And you're right. I thought he was going to pitch it, too. He had that poised out. I thought he was ready to pitch that out to his right.
Well, his coach calls him just incredibly smart. He says he has a super high sports IQ.
Yeah.
One thing we haven't mentioned tonight, Dalton Tarian is a 3-sport star. He's the quarterback for the football team, the shortstop for the baseball team, and the point guard, key positions.
Right. Reminiscent of when Tommy Waterman did that for Bangor.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
So after the penalty, it takes it all the way down to the MCI 21. First and 10 for Oak Hill as they try to answer back after the Huskies went ahead. First and 10. Martin in motion now for the Raiders. Tarian going to keep it. Following his blockers, cuts it back inside. He's so good at that. When there's nothing there, he finds a way to find a few more yards.
Yeah, he changes direction really well. He's willing to cut back and go against the grain. Everything's moving to the left side. He cuts back and picks up those extra couple of yards.
He's closing in on a 100-yard night. 88 yards unofficially on the ground on 18 carries.
And what, about 200 yards throwing it, too?
Yes.
No wonder he gets so many yards this season. Yeah, he can do it all.
Raiders should be able to get one more playoff here before the third quarter comes to an end. It's Tarian again. He's got the first down and more. Slips another tackle. He's in for the touchdown. 16-yard touchdown run with no time remaining at the end of the third quarter, and Oak Hill goes back on top.
Another response by the Raiders. Last time they marched it right down the field, less than 2 minutes and scored. They did it again this time after MCI took the lead. 1:16. They find their way to the end zone after 61 yards of offense. And they can score in a hurry, especially it seems like when they're down.
His third touchdown run. He is slippery. So hard to bring down.
Always has his shoulders and his feet moving. You can't get a good grasp on him. Can't get a good shot. Even when they did get a good hit on him, he's maintained his balance.
Bounces out of it.
Yeah.
So time has expired, but Oak Hill will go for the 2-point conversion here. Tarian going to throw it. Lofts it to the back of the end zone, and it's caught by Stroud. So the third quarter will end with Oak Hill on top, 26-21, back after this. Welcome back to Orono. John Small along with Wayne Harvey getting set for the start of the fourth quarter in this Class D state championship game. Oak Hill has retaken the lead, 26-21. And they'll kick it off here.
Yeah, 5 plays, minute 16, 61 yards after they went behind and to retake the lead. Pretty impressive march down the field that time, mostly by Tarian. Well, he ran every one of those plays.
I think you call it a chess match in the first half, so Huskies, it's your move. Picked up by Moss at about the 20-yard line. Cut it back inside. He'll be hauled down. Let's go back to that 2-point conversion, Wayne.
Yeah, again, watch the patience of Tarian. He just kind of stops, holds, looks, and then floats it just over the top of the MCI defender Buzzle and it right into the hands of Stroud.
And you know, I thought when he threw that, he might have been throwing it away.
Right, that's what I thought too. I thought he was just going to get rid of it.
Nice lob pass, really.
I don't know how he dropped it in there.
The back of the end zone. So MCI will take over at their own 28. They're now down by 5. Just underway here in the fourth quarter. They had some success on their last drive. That play right there was very successful, not this time, as the Raider defense sniffs it out.
Yeah, what they've been doing is Vigou's kind of faking the handoff either to Bertrand or to Moss, and then he pulls it out, keeps it himself, gets that defense moving a little bit, but the defense didn't chase that time, and they were all on top of him.
He actually lost a yard back to the 27. Second down and 11 now for the Huskies. Well, it looked like Oak Hill might have jumped there. Got back. Pass goes out to McKenna, but nothing doing as Levi Buto is right there to tackle him. Well, tonight's fan cam brought to you by Fisher Snowplows, made in Maine since 1948.
So not only is the state championship football game here for Class D going on tonight, just behind us over at the Alphont, Maine hockey at home, and they're leading Vermont right now by a score of 3-0. Black Bears looking for their first win of the year.
Timeout on the field. We'll come back after this. Big third down coming up here for the Huskies. Down by 5. 11:05 to go in the game. Goal ball and Class D on the line here.
Have they brought it out yet? I don't see it down on the sidelines yet.
I haven't seen it
Typically
yet.
The fourth quarter it starts to show up here on the sidelines. I don't see it anywhere.
We'll see what the Huskies have in their bag of tricks here. The ball is back to the 26-yard line.
You got to try to get Moss into space here, right? That's where you've had success in the whole game.
And they haven't had much success in the air. And there they go. They pitch it out. And Moss is going to throw it. Throws it downfield, and it's picked off. Picked off by Oak Hill's Colby Spencer. Well, they tried a little trickery, and it backfired. As that's the third interception of the game for Oak Hill.
Yeah, you could see that Moss was kind of holding up a little bit and trying to readjust the ball in his hands, and he threw it just a little bit too much in front, and it was easy for Colby Spencer to kind of run through, and almost like he was the intended receiver on that one.
You can give credit. I think it was the defensive end, Jonah Martin, who was right in his face and really made Moss uncomfortable.
Yeah. There's a flag down. As you can see, it looks like Buto is pointing for Oak Hill, but they're backing way up. So
I didn't see the call.
It looked like it was after the play. There was a penalty on Oak Hill after the interception, after the change of possession. So Oak Hill will maintain with the football, but they're going to back it up.
So was it unsportsmanlike, or it's a big penalty?
I think it was a personal foul.
Personal foul. Couldn't see the official. So it goes all the way back to the 42-yard line after the interception. Still good field possession for Oak Hill, though, and they got a 5-point lead in the game. Tarian again, trying to pick his way around. Got away from one tackle, somehow got it out to the 39-yard line. 41-yard line.
Gain of 1.
Well, TV5 would like to thank the Maine Public Broadcasting Network for their assistance in bringing you tonight's game.
Yeah, it looked again like Terrian was going to pitch that one out, and he decided to keep it himself. He was in charge of every play in the last drive. There was one passing completion, and he ran everyone in to get the 61 yards for the touchdown drive. And now he's had the first carry here on this drive.
So they gave him a yard on the carry. It was like a half-yard gain to the 41. Terrian looking to throw it now. Throws it across his body into traffic. That was a pretty good throw. And Martin had his hands on it, but he was surrounded by Huskies. Boy, that's a pretty good throw in traffic right there from Terrian.
Pretty small window to throw it into. That's dangerous to throw that one into that tight of a window. I mean, you can look and see how many MCI players are in and around where this ball ends up. He probably should have just thrown it out of bounds instead of trying to
hit Martin's hands.
Tuck it into 4 guys there. But, yeah, Martin had his hands on it.
But you can't blame Martin. He's got 5 maroon jerseys around him, about to crunch him. So third down. Is the MCI defense up to the challenge again? They got to get the ball back, obviously, down by 5. Still a long way to go. 10:05 remaining. Terrian in trouble, gets away from it. Heaves it down the right sideline, and it is almost picked off by Bucher.
Bucher just couldn't reel it in. May actually be better that he didn't catch that one, because Oak Hill's probably going to punt here. So you get a better chance to make a return instead of trying to make that interception
we'll
diving.
See what they do. They're at the MCI 41. What do they do here? And it looks like they are going to punt it away.
Yeah, it looked like they sent the punt team in.
So the Raiders will kick it away.
That's a good kick. That's a really good kick.
Great roll as the Raiders will down it. And be careful where you're standing. Right at the 1-yard line. We'll come back after this.
Maine's first television station.
For more than 60 years, WABI and TV5 has been your local news leader. That's important because we live and work here, too.
We'll never stop covering the news in your community.
Because it's our community, too.
If it's local news,
local weather, or local sports, whether it's online or on the air. 24 hours a day.
If it's happening in our communities,
TV5 will be there.
We do what we do for you.
Well, that ball is about as close to the goal line as it can be.
That's a safety.
As we got a safety. It was a keeper, a Vigio. He's trying to get out of there, just couldn't get out of there. Or was it Bertrand? Not sure who got the ball. But that was a beautiful punt. Beautiful special teams by the Raiders. They downed the ball on the 1-inch line, knew exactly where that goal line was. And now they come up with a safety, 28-21, and MCI's got to kick it away.
Yeah, that's an amazing turn right there, because that was great cover, a great kick to get it down there. Then it takes the Oak Hill roll and ends up right on the shadow of the goal line. A fantastic coverage, knowing exactly where you are and maintaining your wits about you as the on the punt team, and downs it.
Just tough to get out of there. The Oak Hill defensive line has been so good all game, and
especially anything you try to run up through the middle, you just don't have any space. And when you're right there inside the 1, you can't really swing it out wide. You don't have time or space to do it.
So Oak Hill is going to get the football back, leading by 7 now. 9:36 to go.
It's the largest lead of the game, right? No, 18-7. It was an 11-point game. Yep. But there's a lot of time left.
Sure is. MCI waiting for their kicker. As Barney comes back on the field.
And then typically after a touchdown, you kick off to the 40. Now you've given up 2 points. You get it back to Oak Hill, and you only kick from the 20 off a safety.
So you would think, even with a great kick, Oak Hill is going to have good field position.
Yeah, it should be great field position for him.
Boy, that's a good kick. Boomed it.
Uh-oh.
Bobbled by Nielsen.
Oh, then they missed it.
And they went for the strip. And he was able to pick up a few more yards. Well, tonight's fan cam is brought to you by Fisher Snowplows, made in Maine since 1948. So Oak Hill now, as they did in the South Final, will try to run the clock out. After Lisbon scored that touchdown and botched the extra point, it was 21-20. And then Tarian went to work, got several first downs. I think there was 5 or 6 minutes left in the game and ran the clock out.
Yeah, 9:30 is a lot of time to kill.
It is a long time. Tarian now from his own 44. Got some space on that right side. Now he pitches it back to Puto. And it's going to be a first down.
That's the first time tonight he's pitched that out. They had it in the bag. That play has been in the playbook all night long, and he's shown it, but he's always kept it. This time he pitches it, and look what happens. First down, and it goes out of bounds, and Oak Hill moving again.
Well, that's a good way to start the drive.
And we've talked about, we thought, oh, I think he's going to pitch it. No, and he doesn't. He always keeps it in his hands, and he's had it there a couple of times, and this one was perfectly executed.
So from the MCI 43-yard line, Tarian again. Well, nothing on the left side. He'll just drop as he saw Alex Bertrand coming.
Yeah, that's self-preservation at that point. Bertrand had him teed up and was ready to go, and Tarian decides to,
Oh boy, one of the first times, actually that is the first time tonight that they have stopped Tarian for a loss.
Yeah, he's been so good so far tonight.
Well, we've said it several times. He came as advertised. No question about it.
Yeah, he and the offensive line, too, has really given him time. They've protected well. They've created some holes for him when he's run and blocked really well. So, yeah, the two things that they've talked about, their great offenses, the O-line and Tarian, and they've both performed.
Ball knocked down. We've seen that several times tonight. Ball batted by Dylan Fitz.
Yeah, Fitz knocked that one down. And he's been involved on those edge rushes. He's really been the one to try to contain Tarian, and this time they try to throw it over the top, and he knocked it down.
9th straight incompletion from Tarian. But they've got the 7-point lead and the ball.
And moving the football.
And they're moving it again.
Wow.
Yeah, the MCI defense has been able to keep the passing game in check, but they can't stop Tarian on the ground. Here he goes again. Big hole up the middle. Cuts it back inside. They hang onto his shirt, but he keeps dragging Huskies ahead, and he's got a first down.
You can't stop him with one guy. They haven't done it yet. I mean, he just keeps powering through, keeps those legs churning, and I think you called him better earlier. He's slippery. You just can't get a good shot on him. You can't get him wrapped up cleanly. And that time they went 4 wide receivers. They had 2 on the left and 2 on the right, which spread everybody out and opened up more space for him in the middle.
To the 33-yard line. That unofficially puts him right at the 100-yard mark rushing tonight. More importantly, another set of downs. 3 running and a passing touchdown.
Pretty good night.
He's going to take as much time as he can here, too. Here's a veteran senior quarterback knows, I want that clock to tick. Up the middle it goes to Buto. Not much there. Got 1 maybe.
Yeah, McLeod with the tackle on him. Was in there quickly, too, just after they handed it off to Buto.
More importantly, the clock continues to wind down. Clock is certainly the Raiders' friend right now.
But again, it's only a 1-score game at this point. They really can't sit on it. They need to keep moving forward. Because we saw the interception that happened. We've seen Oak Hill has fumbled it. I mean, MCI defense can come up with something here. You can't just camp out on this 7-point lead.
2nd and 10. Right up the middle goes Tarian, and he is stuffed. And again, it is the big guy, Curtis McLeod, coming up to meet him for MCI.
Yeah, he's been pretty strong in the middle of that line for MCI.
No gain. Tarian has carried the ball 20 times in this game, and he's thrown it 26.
He's run it a lot in the second half. They've really kind of relied on 10 here in the second half.
Huge play here for MCI, although you got to think that Oak Hill is in 4-down territory here.
Especially with the clock, yeah.
And it looks like Oak Hill wants a timeout. We'll be back after this.
Come here. Let's go. Come here. Get him one.
6:43 to go in the game. Coach Doucette saw something he didn't like there as he calls a timeout. Oak Hill will have a 3rd and 10.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the wrong formation or the wrong guys in the formation. I couldn't tell what he wanted, but he called that timeout, which stops the clock, which is to MCI's benefit. But there was something out there that he saw that he needed to fix at that point.
He wants to make sure it's right. You got a chance here to put maybe the final nail in the coffin.
This is an important possession for both sides. MCI needs to stop, and if Oak Hill can get it, even a field goal on the board.
And even if they get another first down or two and turn it over, they're going to chew the clock down.
Right.
3rd and 10. Terrian being pursued. Cuts it back inside. He will not get the first down. Got maybe 3 yards on the carry.
But out of what we've seen out of the MCI offense this year, they don't really need much time left on the clock to drive down the field and score. They haven't really shown that big play burst tonight, but we've seen it all season.
Saw a smart play by Terry in there, too. He did not go out of bounds. Right. He cut it back in. Picked up 3 yards. It's going to be 4th and 7.
You want those numbers to tick down on the clock.
MCI looking for a big stop here. They need the ball back, down by 7.
They're going to pick up 7 yards.
Oak Hill trying to keep the drive alive. Terrian going to throw it. Heaving it to the corner. And it's a jump ball. It's incomplete. We're back after this. MCI gets the turnover on downs. Moss nowhere to go. Strout for Oak Hill right there to haul him down.
Yeah, nowhere to go for Moss at that point. Strout, who's had a pretty good night defensively as well. Matthew Strout, the junior for Oak Hill, has played really well. He just read that one and wrapped Moss up.
No gain on the play, or actually lost a yard there. Back to the 29-yard line, so it's 2nd and 11. Big U to the air now. Throws it out right side. It's caught. Gets away from his man. It's Montero down the sideline and then pushed out of bounds. Biggest pass play of the night for the Huskies as they pick up about 14, 15 yards.
Gets it to the outside, and one time tonight that Oak Hill hasn't wrapped up, and Montero makes him pay for it and tries to tightrope down the sideline as far as he could and stays in bounds and picks up the first down.
And we got a player down
right in front of the MCI bench. You can't see even if it's MCI or Oak Hill.
Tonight's technical support is provided by Sunbelt Rentals. Call 1-800-NO-SWEAT for all your rental needs.
Yeah, Coach Doucette is over, so it looks like it is an Oak Hill player. And hearing it is Jonah Martin, who is down on the sideline for Oak Hill.
That was the biggest pass play of the night for a struggling MCI passing game. Only the 3rd completion for Vigu, and at that point he had 2 completions for no yards.
Right.
And that was an 18-yard pickup. Big play.
Yeah, that was a big one. And again, this MCI offense, they can score, and they were given a 5 minutes and 49 on the clock to come down the length of the field. So you kind of wonder, maybe did Oak Hill take their foot off the gas pedal a little bit in that last drive, a little too soon maybe.
Still tending to Jonah Martin. He's a big part of their offense too. One of their very good, actually their leading receiver, and that's good to see.
Yeah, he's getting slow, but
he'll walk off on his own power.
I think I heard down there that somebody said they might have gotten the wind knocked out of him too, which it's one of those ones you just can't catch that breath. It's like, where did it go? It's so scary.
Took a big hit over there right in front of the MCI bench.
There's the signs. That's calling in the offensive plays for the Huskies. There's Baltimore Ravens. There's hand signals on there.
So it's going to be a 1st and 10 for MCI from their own 48. They need a score and an extra point to tie it. Bertrand in motion behind Vigu. Vigu gives it to Moss. Moss running off left tackle, hauled down from behind, but not before he gets it down to the 46, 47-yard line of Oak Hill.
Yeah, so he's cross midfield again. There's a block out there, got himself some space, and once he gets that room to work, he's had some positive yardage tonight.
Picked up 6, 2nd down and 4 now for MCI. Clock ticking. Oh, misdirection again. Oh,
ball's
what
out.
A hit that was.
Ball came out.
Oh, my goodness. Vigu took a huge hit. Could not see who got him, but one of the MDI defenders just leveled him.
Yeah, so Oak Hill recovers.
Watch the hit. Oh, here it comes right there.
The last one that came in, just a...
Was that Tarian?
Buto came in with that one.
Just got him with a shoulder, leveled it.
And just emptied the ball out of Vigu's hands, and Oak Hill recovers.
And now, with only 4:37 to go, you can manage the clock a little better.
Right, now you can work on trying to grind this one out a little bit. Trying to do it with 9.5 minutes to go. It's a big difference compared to 4.5 minutes.
Boy, was that a lick.
Yeah.
Big.
And Vigu had gotten hit once, and then that second one from Buto came in and really softened him up and knocked that ball out.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, those of you that...
So Oak Hill will take over at their own 41-yard line after the turnover.
That'll run until 10:30 this evening. Shuttle bus will pick up...
Well, the Maine Principals Association is proud to present this weekend's high school football state championships. Find out more about the MPA online at mpa.cc.
And it was Oak Hill who actually called timeout here after the change of possession. They wanted to make sure they got the right guys in. And probably, if I'm guessing, Stason Doucette wanted to come out and talk to his guys and say, all right, nice fumble recovery, great hit, calm down. This is when you got to really be composed. You got to make sure that you're maintaining everything that we're supposed to do at this point. This was probably just a mental situation to get the guys' heads screwed back on. Hey, great play. We got the football. Now we got to get back and play.
Well, now remember, as the two-time defending state champs, they've been here before. A lot of these guys have been here before.
Right.
They've got this big game experience.
They're still 17-year-old kids.
Here's Tarian. Didn't see much there on the left side, so he'll just drop down. Doesn't want to risk a turnover.
Protect the football, maintain possession, and now the gold ball is starting to come out.
They can unwrap it now. All that bubble wrap around it. Well, Oak Hill's got a few in the trophy case now. They hadn't won one since 1982 when they brought another one back a couple of years ago, and they liked it so much they did it again last year.
They've won every Class D title since '86.
That's right.
They've only been 2.
Yeah, Class D went away and then came back, but you're right. 2nd down and 8 here. Tarian taking all of the clock that he can. He may not give the ball to anybody else the rest of this game.
He may park that right between the 1 and the 0 and take that one right to the locker room with him.
Up to the 46-yard line, and MCI calls a timeout.
Stop made by number 7, Bucher.
Well, 3rd and 4 coming up here, right? So, yeah, that's a good timeout by MCI. See if you can force a punt, get the ball back. Because it doesn't look like, at this point, Oak Hill's going to gamble. They're not going to try to go and do anything and gamble at this point.
And you will see if Coach decides to keep it in Tarian's hands. He's been the guy all year. Like you said, last year he was the quarterback for this team that won that goal ball, but he had 2 incredibly talented guys in Alex Mace and Kyle Flaherty. And what a show they put on over those 2 state championship games the last 2 years. And this year it has been Tarian's team. Tarian time.
Yeah, they've got a pretty impressive program going right now.
Well, it's not often that schools win 3 state championships in a row. Last team to do it was Marshwood in Class C, 83 to 86. They won 4 in a row. So it's been a while since the team has been able to do it. We've had some 3 or 4s, 4 or 5s, but just so hard to keep your program going. Still 3:41 to go in this one, though. Big third down play here. And they're really in an area of the field where they probably have to punt here, Wayne.
I think they would, yeah.
Here comes Terry and cuts it back inside.
You got to stop him, though. He's short.
And he's short, but not by much. Maybe a yard.
So now that sets up what do you do on 4th down? If they try to do something tight over the middle and MCI stops them, that's a real short field. Or do you punt it away?
I think you go for it here. If Oak Hill goes for it here, they can run a lot of timeout.
Yeah. And the clock keeps running because, I mean, he stayed in bounds.
The way their defense is played, too, even if you don't get it, put your trust in your defense.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no sense in doubting their defense at this point.
It is maybe half a yard. The ball's right at midfield. And I can't imagine anybody but number 10 keeping this. And
Doucette wants to call timeout.
Wants to make sure he's got the right play. Not even worried about stopping the clock here, because if they get the first down, they can probably run most of the clock out.
They'll run most of it off, yeah, before they would have to even consider punting again.
I don't know how many timeouts MCI has left.
I think they've only used 1 in the second half. So they still have a handful of timeouts remaining. So they can extend the game with the timeouts.
Impressive showing here tonight by the Raiders.
This has been a good game. It's been pretty clean. I think there's only been 6 penalties in the entire game. They've gone after one another. There's been interception. There's been big plays. That 63-yard touchdown pass that Oak Hill had early on. There's been those big picks. We almost had a pick to return for a touchdown. Yeah, this has been a fun one.
Well, hopefully this is a sign of things to come this weekend. Last year, let's just be honest about it, the state games were not close games.
They weren't.
But this has been a beauty tonight. Comes down to this right here. 4th and 1 for the Raiders. And Terrian dropped the football. Dropped the snap.
That's MCI's ball.
MCI is going to get it back. Wow.
Now it gets interesting with 2:50 to go. And that's one of those ones that Oak Hill, does that change their mindset? I mean, when they fumble on a snap that they have to recover, one that they're thinking they're going to try to punch in and just a power play, lose the handle on it, does that rattle nerves a little bit? Does that fire MCI up a little bit? This is when it gets fun.
Boy, it gives MCI great field position at the Oak Hill 49. 2:50 to go.
It's getting loud.
7-point Raider lead. To Moss they go. Cuts it inside, gets it down to about the 45-yard line, picked up 4.
Now what does Coach Bertrand do with his timeouts here? You don't want to waste a lot of time, but you want to make sure you get the defense of the timeouts if you have to stop them on defense again.
Well, for a team that needs to move quickly, they're used to doing that.
Right. They've done that all year long.
2nd down and 6. Bigu gonna throw it. Picked off by Buto again.
And he's not down.
3rd interception of the game for Bigu, and that will probably do it.
Yeah, that's a backbreaker right there.
Threw it into traffic over there. And the
never
Oak
took his
Hill
eyes off.
Defense comes up big again.
Never took his eyes off that side of the field, and Buto read it the whole way and just went up and intercepted it.
Let's go!
See the replay.
Just has his eyes there the whole, looking for Fitz, I think. Maybe it was Bucher he was looking for.
No, I think it was Fitz. I think you're right.
And then everybody kind of let up, and Buto's like, wait a minute, I haven't gone down.
I still got the ball. I'm running with it.
Yeah, I thought Terrian wanted to bring him down, but Buto's like, no, I can still go.
So Oak Hill gets the ball back. And they're 2 minutes and 11 seconds away from a 3rd straight state championship.
And right back to where they fumbled it, or where they turned it over on downs.
And they don't care about yardage right now. They just want to run the football and run the clock.
And it's still going. MCI has not called timeout.
Terrian unofficially 26 carries for 113 yards.
Wow.
Unbelievable evening to go along with more than 200 yards passing. And he's played a role in all 4 Oak Hill touchdowns, passing for 1 and running for the other 3.
And he threw a 2-point conversion in there. I think he sold concessions at one point.
The only thing I don't think he got the safety. I don't think he was in on that. So.
No. No, he was selling concessions at that point.
Here's Tarian again. And again, not looking for any great yardage. They just want to run the clock.
And now I think MCI is going to call timeout.
Yeah, he's got to use them wisely. I think he's got 1 left. So this will be a 3rd down, so you could call a timeout after 3rd down.
Right, 3rd and 7, so it's
again.
a 3rd and a long situation.
And force Oak Hill to either punt or run another play, whatever they're going to do. Well, tomorrow, it's a 3-game day down in Portland, as we have 3 more state championships for you. The Class A game at 11 o'clock in the morning, Portland versus Thornton. Winslow-Yarmouth, the Class C game goes at 2:30, and then at 6 o'clock, it's the Class B game, Brunswick at Marshwood, a rematch of that game from last year. Looking forward to that. We'll have a late night tonight and get up early tomorrow and head south.
And it could be, if Oak Hill holds on here, everybody's still with a chance to repeat.
Yep.
Thornton won last year, Winslow won last year, Marshwood won last year. So they could have just skipped this entire season if that's what happens. Just hand out trophies again.
So a huge play here, needless to say. They can't let Oak Hill get a 1st down if they want to get the ball back and have any chance, and the game's over. And Tarian is going to put an exclamation point on it by running it into the end zone. Wow. 48-yard touchdown run. That's going to do it. What a night for Dalton Tarian.
Yeah, he has been special tonight. Everything he has done has looked good, and he just got through.
Look at that hole.
And he got some great blocks, and off he went, and he's going to win the foot race into the end zone, and then it's time for the celebration because he knows there's another state title headed back to Oak Hill.
Wow, what a night for the senior. He's been in on all 5 of their touchdowns. Those other touchdowns were just 1 yard, 1 yard, 4 yards. So.
Right. This is the one that he really broke.
That is the cherry on top right there. And this is the first time tonight that Oak Hill has gone for an extra point.
Yeah, we'll see how the kicking game looks.
Levi Buteau on, and kick is up. It's no good. But Oak Hill with a 34-21 lead. Player was, looks like Buteau was down a little bit after that kick.
Yeah, he went down after the kick, so.
1:16 to go. So at this point, you've got to hope for either a return for a touchdown or
there's a flag down there, too.
Oh, there is a flag. You're right.
Was there a penalty for...
Didn't even see it.
Hitting the kicker? Because he did go down.
Officials talking it over.
So it was roughing the kicker.
Yep. So we'll do it again.
Line it back up one more time. Do they kick or do they go for 2? Because I think Buteau was banged up on that play.
It was a long conversation. I didn't even realize the flag was down because everybody was heading to the sidelines.
Right, everybody left.
Like the play was over. And they will.
I think they're going
line up for 2.
I think they're going for 2.
Yep. Why not? Tarian trying to push his way in, and he won't get there.
That's where they haven't had success tonight, is at the point after attempts. They only converted 1 2-point conversion tonight.
That's about the only thing they haven't done well here
exactly.
tonight. As the Raiders on top by 13 now, 1:16 to go.
Once again, fans, don't forget
the gold ball is out, unwrapped, sitting there on the sideline right at the 50.
Yeah, take a good look at it because this is the last time it's going to be that shiny when all the fingerprints get on it here in a moment.
Yeah, a lot of fingerprints. Will they still celebrate? I mean, it's their 3rd gold ball.
But for this team,
exactly,
it's their gold ball.
They're
right?
always special. They're always special.
There it is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's as shiny as it's going to be. And I wonder in the trophy case, do they polish them or they leave all those fingerprints and everything on?
That's true.
Because that's the emotion that happens after the game. That's the best part of it. I think they should leave them as is.
I'm going to bet they're all polished up and shiny. Shining bright in the case.
Put the lights on them. Really make them sparkle.
I'm sure they have a place of honor. So the Raiders will kick off here. MCI now needs a miracle. They'll just punch it down the middle. They'll try for a lateral to Moss. See if he can do something with it. Decent return out over the 40.
Yeah. Move the ball up. And we know this is a quick hitting offense. And they go fast, but it does look like Moss is down there on the sideline. He did kind of land and fall awkwardly as he got tripped up.
He's had some injury trouble this year already. Trying to get to that sideline, just couldn't turn the corner and
kind of lands on his left shoulder.
It lands kind of funny.
Yeah, it landed funny on his left shoulder there. So,
So MCI will have it at their own 42. Just a minute 9, though. They need a really big play and fast.
Yeah. And one of their big offensive weapons is the kid who's banged up there on the sideline. He's a tough kid who gets the yardage once he gets into space and he gets his speed going. He's one of the better players in Class D football.
See Coach Bertrand there, kneeling down around the injured player. Right in front of the MCI bench.
Right. And their trainers there taking a look at him too and checking on him.
And he is up. A good crowd here tonight. You knew the MCI fans would be here. Pittsfield not that far away, obviously, but boy, a good crowd on the other side too, as the folks from Wales have made the trip too.
Yeah, that's a longer trip from Wales than to come up here. And I think each of the last, this year and the last 2 years, I think there's been a pretty good crowd base for the B and then the C, and now this year the D tournament here in Orono to have the state finals here. I think it's been a positive.
So MCI looking for the big play here. They need a quick hitter.
Bertrand spread out wide.
Play action. Going to throw it, and he's picked off again. Just has not been Greg Vigue's night. His 4th pick. And that will do it. Picked off over the middle by Brendan Turbo, who, by the way, was injured last week and sat out the South Final Championship.
Comes up with the interception to victory formation time. Yeah, and that was a great interception by him. And you know what? All of the interceptions they've had tonight have been really solid plays. It's not like Vigue's thrown these balls into their belly. They've had to go up and get some of these,
and remember, they've had 5 picks tonight. Vigue's thrown 4, but Moss threw 1, too.
That's right. Moss had 1, too.
And there you see the emotion of the other side of it. MCI wanted so badly to get back to this game and win it. And now they've seen it slip through their fingers.
And time to kneel down and get ready to go grab a gold ball.
Terrian will have to take at least one more knee. Can't say enough about that young man.
Oh,
we heard so much about Terrian, and his coach talked about what a great athlete he is, 3-sport superstar, good head on his shoulders, has taken control of this team this year and leading them to a gold ball.
Yeah, he has been so good tonight. And now they're chanting 3-peat over on the far sideline. Don't they have to pay Pat Riley for that?
Did he copyright that?
I thought he tried to. I don't know if he actually did or not. And you can see there's going to be a bunch of students.
I know one thing. It's ridiculously hard to 3-peat in high school football in Maine, and Oak Hill has done it. They will defeat MCI 34-21 in the Class D state title game. Their 3rd gold ball in a row. Orono did it. from 79 to 81 in two different classes. Marshwood won 4 in a row from 83 to 86. Morse won 3 in a row back in the early 70s.
And the Marshwood, didn't they win 5 out of 6
They
years?
did.
Yeah, that's a whole class that has gone through and graduated, and they maintained it. That's pretty impressive.
And Bonnie Eagle recently just won 4 out of 5 in Class A. Right. Thornton Academy tomorrow is going to be looking to win their 3rd in 4 years, but to win 3 in a row, that's special. And for Coach Doucette to do it, just his 4th year here.
Yeah.
He's a 75% streak right there.
Yeah, he's got a pretty good thing going in Wales. Yeah, he's got a really good thing going at this point. When you can bring home 3 gold balls in a row, that's pretty impressive.
Well, they talked a lot about the loss of some really key players from last year's team. Alex Mace and Kyle Flaherty being 2 of them. Luke Washburn. But they had a lot of seniors come back, a lot of experience
and talent.
It showed tonight as Oak Hill defeats MCI 34-21. We'll come back to Orono right after this. Well, a very happy Oak Hill team, an impressive and a hard-fought 34-21 victory. It was not a done deal in the 4th quarter there.
No, not at all. Their defense came through.
Defense, unbelievable.
A couple of interceptions. They made some big plays, and Terrian really kind of took over. Dalton Terrian was outstanding.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
Yeah.
As to how he played tonight. You'll see Coach Doucette will have a chat with his team before the trophies are handed out. And Coach Bertrand is down in the far end zone, and that's the tougher conversation to have with your team. They fought so hard. They wanted to get back here. They did. They rolled over everybody in their league this year and just couldn't get it done in the end. And no shame in that because they ran up against a very good team.
And they've run into them, back-to-back years now. It's one of those ones where you can have a great group of kids, and then another school has a similar group of kids that's just as good as you are. And on any given night, this game could have gone either way.
MCI gets the ball back down by 1 score.
Right. This is, and they forced that the bad snap, and it ended up being the ball was bobbled, and Oak Hill then responded. Their defense came through, and they made the play that they were supposed to. So,
it's tough to win a game of this magnitude when you turn the ball over 6 times, like MCI did tonight. 5 interceptions and a fumble.
But Oak Hill turned it over.
They did
with a fumble, a couple. Well, you know what? In that offensive line, I don't think we gave them enough credit tonight, too. Their offensive line for Oak Hill was outstanding.
And I think we mentioned at the beginning of the game that they had 4 of their 5 starters from last year back on the offensive line, and 3 of those guys are 3-year starters, so they've been in all 3 of these state title games. And I think the MPA's probably, they don't want to interrupt the coach.
Right.
He's the one, you've won 3 in a row. You can talk as long as you want to.
Go ahead.
We'll get to the trophy when you're ready.
Yeah. We'll get you this trophy when you get done talking. That's the fun conversation to have.
Yes.
With those kids right there. That's the fun one that Coach Doucette gets to have, and that's the easy one to give. It's the one on the other end that's not the easy conversation to have with your kids.
No. And Coach Bertrand is still down in the middle of that huddle. He's right in the middle of it. And it's hard to find the right words or any words that will comfort you at this point.
Right. Yeah,
and especially when it's happened 2 years in a row.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
And for those guys, for that guy right there, it's your last game. And that's the way you want to go out. You hear it thrown around a lot, the word family when it comes to sports. But boy, in Maine high school football, it really is so true. These guys come up through the little leagues, the Pee Wee leagues, and they play together for 7, 8, 9 years. They play together. Most schools have get-togethers. They do Thursday night dinners where the community's involved, the cheerleaders are involved, the team's involved. So they see an awful lot of each other over the years. And when you get to your senior year and this is it, it's very emotional.
And it's not like the other sports where you'll have a baseball game on a Tuesday and then another one on a Thursday. These are either Friday nights or Saturday, one day a week.
Right.
And it's it's kind of appointment kind of games where, the other sports, they'll have different games at different times, and this is kind of schedule set, and you kind of build that, relationship. You build that kind of calendar with yourselves and that internal clock, and it's one of those ones where you get to. It builds a little bit differently than the other sports do.
Have had outstanding seasons.
So MCI has broken the huddle. They will come to midfield to accept their runner-up plaque.
To your school and your communities.
And it's tough to tell these 17-year-old kids, hey, don't hang your head. You had a great season.
Right.
I mean, it's so hard to tell them that because it hurts. I mean, that's you can see the pain on their faces. That's a miserable walk they're having to make. Yeah, they don't want to do it.
And no one's going to lie to them. This is going to hang with them for a while.
Right.
You don't get over it in one night.
And they'll remember, they'll forget some of the final scores. They'll remember some of the emotions and some of the fun things that they had this year. But right now, this one stings.
Principal at Thornton Academy, and Ed Hatch, assistant principal and athletic administrator at Bucksport.
Ed Hatch, the athletic director from Bucksport. We see him usually once a year, always very good to us.
Right.
And we head to Bucksport.
On behalf of the Maine Principals Association,
and he'll present the runner-up plaque to MCI.
2015 State of Maine Class D football runner-up for the Huskies of Maine Central Institute.
And you can just see the looks on the faces. It's hard to comprehend at the moment.
Right. Yeah, that's a tough plaque to put your hands on. That's not the one they wanted.
And on the other side of the coin,
and now, if we can have Coach Doucette
and the Oak Hill Raiders have had this feeling for 3 years in a row now. The gold ball to your Class D state champions.
Well, you can see it doesn't get old.
And there they go. They'll share it with their fans who are waiting to break through.
Yeah, the student body was over on that side. Just don't drop it.
Well, Dalton Terrian's got it. He's probably not going to drop it.
Yeah, he probably won't. And it's interesting, too, because as we mentioned at halftime, the two field hockey teams played each other. MCI beat Oak Hill for the Class C field hockey championship, so I'm sure they were both involved in this one.
All right, Caitlin Burchell has got the winning coach. She's down on the field.
Coach, this is one for the history books. A three-peat. You're standing here watching your team celebrate. I mean, what is this like for you?
It's very special. The last 4 years, we've had some special kids. They've all done their job. We ask a lot of them, but they come out and they work hard. They're special kids, and they played well today.
Coach, it's a team sport, but you hear Terry. I mean, he's a special senior. I mean, he played so well. I mean, he stands on his head. What would you say about him?
Dalton's a special athlete. I don't know who's in charge or how they decide the Fitzpatrick Award, and I don't care what class you are. Dalton is one of the best players in the state of Maine on any team. He's just special. His numbers speak for themselves. He's an unselfish player. It's all about the team with him, and he's just a great kid. He's a great kid, great athlete. I hope everybody takes that into consideration.
All right, Coach. Well, congratulations. Go celebrate with your team.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Back to you guys.
We're here with Coach.
All right, Coach Doucette, he is the victorious coach in Class D for the third year in a row, and hopefully Caitlin's going to go over and try to find Dalton Terrian.
Good luck.
We'd like to hear from him, and so would everybody else after this game.
Good luck.
As he's going to be a popular guy. But boy, what a performance. And we talked about it coming in. He can throw the ball, he can run the ball, and that's what he did tonight, and Oak Hill wins it 34-21. We'll come back to Orono right after this. Well, that's what it's all about right there. That goal ball, and you see all the Raiders holding up three in a row. Really hard to do, and they've in Maine high school football, and they've accomplished it. A tremendous accomplishment for Coach Doucette and his team.
Everybody wants to beat them. I mean, that's the thing. You're the defending state champs, the two-time defending champs. You're not going to get a soft game from anybody. They all want after it, and they all want to be the team that knocks them off. And so every week they had to face everybody's best, and including MCI tonight. MCI came out and played a pretty good football game against them tonight, and Oak Hill was up to the test.
And I think we were still trying to find Dalton Terrian down there. I'm not sure. Oh, there's Caitlin. Caitlin is right next to him. Let's send it down to Caitlin Burchell.
I mean, could you have asked for better? You woke up. Did you dream of this last night? Could it be any better?
I'm sure every senior on our team dreamed of this, going out with a bang.
I mean, and just to top it all off, running in for that touchdown, what was going through your head?
Honestly, all we needed was a first down, but they'd opened up, so I figured why not just take it.
Is this something you'll remember forever? I mean, tell me about these guys. I mean, what do you think about them?
I've been playing with some of these guys since 4th grade when I started, You know, it's a family going all the way up through, and to finish like this is just something special. Nothing I can ever forget.
Picture perfect ending. Well, congratulations. You played fantastic as well as your team.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Back to you guys.
Well, there you go. The star of the game for sure. And everybody, see another microphone over there. Everybody wants to talk to Dalton Terrian, but that's the way you want to go out as a senior. And as Coach Doucette said, not just for you, but for your team, for all the seniors on the team, too.
I wondered who Brian Thorpe's talking to on the phone right there. He's sitting on the field. He's got a cell phone. Where did he get the phone is the other one. How did he have, where did he find that? Was it in his bag somewhere? He's just sitting on the field talking to someone on the phone. I want to know who he's talking to.
Well, he's talking to somebody important probably, and they just won the game. So he had to tell somebody very quickly.
Exactly, yeah, that's fantastic.
And why not?
That's just a wonderful scene right there.
Why
He's
not?
just dropped and is talking to somebody. Yeah, that's wonderful.
Repeat. Well, that was a tough game and a well-played game, and Oak Hill wins it 34-21. Again, we want to thank the great folks from Maine Public Broadcasting for helping us out with this game tonight. We couldn't have done it without you, so thank you so much. Tremendous broadcast, and congratulations to the Oak Hill Raiders, the now 3-time in a row state champs in Class D, 34-21. They win it over MCI. Tomorrow, don't forget, we're down in Portland for 3 games. The Class A, C, and B games in that order. Starting at 11 o'clock in the morning. We're looking forward to that. And those games will be on WPXT in Portland and, of course, on TV5. It's Portland-Thornton in the morning, Yarmouth-Winslow in the afternoon, and Brunswick-Marshwood in the evening. Final score here in the D game. Oak Hill defeats MCI 34-21. For my partner, Wayne Harvey, our director, Keith Allen, the whole TV5 MPBN crew, I'm John Small. Have a great night, everyone.